kind of
Hell yeah.
but like basically what happened last session.
All right.
The most important thing last session is that
You getting your ass kicked.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I was a little worried, honestly, for Morty.
So from my perspective, you guys got to Camp Vengeance. You got in a little tussle. You got in a little fight. But you managed to de-escalate, and you're now staying in Camp Vengeance for the night. And we were going to talk about your sort of night in Camp Vengeance.
It was really hard to de-escalate. That was rough.
Yeah. You guys could have rolled better.
That's true.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of camped out under this guard tower here.
Oh yeah.
Ride shifts.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about shifts, and we're gonna talk about like all that stuff, all that good.
I volunteered to go first last week.
I think I did second, right?
I think so.
Morty likes going last.
Yeah, I'll go third. Yeah.
And, so I want to alarm our tent, because like we're not our full size camp, right? Just a couple.
Yeah, actually, the people that aren't you are kind of like they're with you, but no one's setting up like a big ass camp. Like, you guys are like kind of just camping out like in this fort. Like you feel like you don't have to like necessarily set a perimeter like usual. Like there's a wall around you, right? Like you're in a relatively safe spot.
But I feel like Morty would still throw up an alarm just on, I guess, at the very least, his tent and anybody else's who's in that 10 by 10 area. But instead of being an outward sound, just tonight, it's just to Morty's mind. Tonight.
Okay.
I don't want to wake up the whole camp in the middle of the night because, a false alarm.
Yeah, for sure. So, sorry, who was on the second launch?
Me.
Okay, so first watch, kind of you guys make fire and you hanging out by the campfire a little bit. There's just fires in here, right? Like there's one over here. These are like bigger ones, but like each of the little tents, like every couple of them, like they make a little fire and they cook whatever dinosaur meat or whatever they have. And like for the most part, everybody kind of keeps their distance from you. But like while you're sort of hanging out by the campfire, Sister Sias comes over. And it's been a few hours since you gave her the insect repellent, right? And she came over, and especially to like Morty in particular, is like, hey, like, sorry if I was half-assed with my gratitude before. Like, appreciate it, and sorry about like you having to fight Ord that way. And I know it's just a mess, right? And she says like, I don't have any use for this, and maybe this is something that you could find some use of. This has been I found it out here in the jungle a while ago, and I haven't been able to do anything with it. And she hands you a sealed spell scroll.
Whoa.
Awesome. So Morty said thank you, and no problem. I enjoyed the fight against Ord, so no worries. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna check this out, and yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
And so after she's left, I want to detect magic on that seal, just in case.
Oh, for sure. No, it is what it is.
Okay.
It's a mundane spell scroll.
Let's crack that baby open.
Damn. How
Yeah.
suspicious. Or paranoid.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all about you guys being paranoid.
After dead bells, we have to be.
Yeah. This is a spell scroll for the spell Grease.
Grease.
Grease?
I know Grease.
You already know it?
Well, just from reading all my spells.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I tried to pick a spell you didn't know.
No, I don't know it. No, I just have looked at it. Yeah, slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration. It has a 60-foot cast range. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone. Creatures that enter the area or end its turn there must also succeed on a dex saving throw. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep. So you can, keep that as a spell scroll and cast it without spending a spell slot, or you can transcribe it into your book. You know the rules on that probably better than I do. I think it's 50 gold, and I think you have some materials already, so it might be free.
Yeah. Level 1 spell. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So she's thankful for that. There's not a sort of a spell that she would be able to cast. So wherever she found this thing, it's better in your hands.
Yeah. Question: can you copy spells during your watch?
Yeah, during your rest. Absolutely.
Right.
So after that, she leaves. Ord comes by and kind of makes peace a little bit, hangs out with you guys for a little bit, but it's kind of awkward, so he leaves.
Yeah.
And then it's nighttime, and it's really you're used to at this point. You're used to the jungle, really quiet. Not quiet. There's jungle sounds. There's insects, and there's once you guys all kind of make camp. There's no one moving around. There's no one speaking. But here there's a camp and there's a watch and the watch changes right around the time that you guys are doing your first watch, and people go up to the guard towers and come down, and there's metal armor clanking, and it's like the camp is in full swing kind of all night. And sort of what did we say? The second watch is Tyranny, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're up on second watch when sort of a unexpectedly cold wind blows through the camp,
It's ice.
and it's it kind of the temperature drops quite drastically suddenly as you're kind of sitting up by the campfire. You find yourself huddled up against the campfire, even though it's just a few minutes ago it was 80 degrees.
Weird. Okay. Is there any commotion that's going on? Other
You
people?
see other people are looking around, trying to figure out what's up, but all of these people anyone who's awake is in the middle of some sort of task, even if that's just standing watch in a watchtower, and no one seems to abandon their post, but everyone seems to be looking around confused, and you hear two guards in the guard tower above you kind of what's going on?
Okay. It's not a normal thing. Hate to wake everyone up.
It's
But
called
we're
a
not under
cold
attack or
snap.
anything, it's just cold, right?
It's cold, yeah. And sort of as you're thinking about that, you see Zandala and Summerwise kind of step out of their little tent and very curiously looking around, and they start to make their way. They don't really say anything to you as they kind of make their way over towards the main gate.
Okay. Well, if they're going. I guess I'll whisper into the tent and say, "Hey guys, we're not under attack or anything, but the icy wind from like when the water was icy is here. I don't know if you're curious or you just want to keep sleeping."
Okay, guys, what's up?
Oh,
She's talking to you.
oh, you woke us up?
Well, I whispered in the tent. I said, "There's no alarm yet. I just want you to be aware."
Oh yeah.
With his last spell slot, Mortee will throw out an instant detect magic.
Folly's just like still in bed, like snoring really loudly, because it's the first time she's had like normal sleep conditions for her since she's a city person.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just
Okay.
like knocked out still.
So Folly's sleeping. The detect magic, it looks a lot like the last time you saw this sort of cold front. And it's conjuration magic that sort of lingers in the air a little bit.
If I poke my head out of the tent and look towards the front of the thing, does it look any stronger over there? Any like
Yeah, give me an Arcana roll.
yeah.
Kind of like try to figure out how this magic goes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, very, very good. You can like just in the way that the snowflakes drift in the air, like you can figure out where the epicenter of this thing is, and it appears to be on the other side of the river.
Yeah, I'll relay that information to the rest of the team. Okay.
Yeah, and you see that like Xandala and Summerwise like kind of notice like similar, like they're kind of on the same track of figuring out where the center of this thing is. And then when they hear you kind of say that, they kind of look towards the river, and Xandala begins to run out towards the front gate.
Why? Like, it's not an attack or anything.
Yeah, so I'll call out to Xandala.
I thought it's in relation to her dad, maybe, or something.
Okay, I guess
Yeah,
I'll
so-
call it too.
Where
Yeah,
is going?
So
But I'm not running and I'm not happy.
she's like spinning one of these cranks that opens this sort of log door of the thing, and one of the guards is like, "Hey, no, I mean, don't go outside right now," kind of thing, right? But like, isn't like stopping her. And so the gate is sort of starting to swing open, and it's quite cold, and you can see that across the river there are chunks of ice kind of floating in the far side of the river.
Folly wakes up at you guys yelling after her. She's like, "What? What's going on?"
Nayana's with the group. She's full. She hadn't used any of her spells, so she's good without rest.
So you guys are kind of pushing out the front door. There's so you're like kind of here-ish on the beach. You see this. There's a flash of light on the other side of the river, like behind the trees. Like you can't really tell, like a flash of white light. You can't really tell what the source is. And you're seeing more and more like ice starting to float down the river, and at this sort of like flash of light, Xandala begins to cast a spell on herself, and she casts Fly, and she begins to like lift off the ground and start to move out over the open water.
What?
Nayana wants to remind the group that the first time we saw Peggy Deadbells is when we saw that flashing white light. So Nayana whispers, "Be careful, it could be her."
But was it? I thought with Peggy Dead Bells it was a blue light,
That's correct.
Oh.
and was this a white light?
Yeah, this was white. Maybe almost a yellow.
Does someone want to cast Water Walk and we'll go after her?
What?
Someone want to cast Water Walk?
I don't think any of you guys are high enough level for water.
I don't know what level that is.
I think it's like
But
a
yeah.
level 3.
But yeah, Xandala is sort of floating over the.
What do you say,
the middle of the
Xandala?
river. And she looks back at you, and then she doesn't really say anything. You've seen her for a while. You've been traveling with her, right? And like she like has these sort of scales on her face, right? That she kind of covers, like she like, especially when you guys are going into like a city, she like puts makeup on them to try to like make them less obvious, but they're very obvious as she looks back at you. She's got this like reddish like scales all the way like on on her face and cheeks.
Ooh.
And she looks back at you and doesn't say anything and turns away and starts to continue to sort of fly across this river, which is quite wide.
But I don't know how if she's too far away, but I want to see if I can just tug on her her cloak or whatever with Mage Hand. Like, does she seem like she's in a trance, or is she making conscious decisions?
Yeah, and how far is she at this point?
Yeah, how far away?
Yeah, so the whole thing, like you guys are all running out together. Like I'm giving you guys an opportunity to react to these things. I'm not like saying that she like scooted away before you could
Right.
react, right? I'm sorry, I'm pulling up her character sheet because okay. Yeah, so you're trying to grab her with a mage hand?
Not in a like trying to stop her way, but like just trying to, I guess, get her attention.
Snap her out of it if she's.
If she's in sort of a trance or something. Just...
Right. So you tug on like just like on her cloak or whatever, right? And she turns and looks at you, and like her eyes are this like almost sort of like dull red that you're not sure that you've noticed before. And she turns like quickly as if someone had like grabbed her in a offensive way, and she looks straight at you, and then she casts Misty Step and moves 30 feet further out over the water.
Oh.
Is her dragon with her?
Yeah, her dragon's right on.
And she's in a vaporous form now, right?
Misty Step is like instantaneous. It's like.
But is she? Is it just basically a blink?
It's blink.
Yeah.
Oh.
She
Okay.
dissolves into mist and then reforms, but it's like very fast.
Okay.
Can we talk to Summerwise?
Summerwise is on her shoulder.
So
Summerwise, what's wrong with her?
I'm going to. Oh man, what can I do here?
Summerwise is like you're talking to Summerwise. He looks back too, but he's up on her shoulder and he's like whispering in her ear.
He doesn't respond to us?
Fly makes her
He
go.
looks back and acknowledges you, but he's very preoccupied with his current.
Does
Fly-
he look concerned?
Yes.
I think that we should grab Musharib and try and cross. Should we cross? Well, I don't know. I'm so limited.
Fly makes her go really fast, like pretty fast, right? It's like 60 feet or something per turn.
Yeah, you guys could. I mean, all of you guys in a boat or whatever, like probably.
Oh, I don't have tracking stuff. That's just not my character, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would like do some kind of tracking thing on her.
I mean,
Yeah, Folly's just like looking like, oh.
Morty's interested, especially because there's something else over there. But also, Morty's tapped and tired from a recent fight, so
Yeah.
we don't really have an obligation to her. She wanted to come with us, and we said yes. But
Yeah,
and
Folly's just
Morty's-
like.
Morty's
You had a short rest. You've had a short rest, by the way. I think you might get some spell slots back on the short rest.
I already did that
Oh,
once.
nice. Okay, cool. Go quick.
Right before the fight.
Just check.
Yeah, Folly's just like, Zandala, where you going?
At this point, like, she's not far. Like, she's like not even a third of the way across the river, but she's like far enough. Like, you know, like there's a certain point at which you can like pretend to ignore someone.
Yeah.
Is Ord out here? Is Ord around?
Okay, that's a good call. Yeah, you look around and sort of all this commotion. You guys were the first to kind of get out here, but you start to see that Ord and Pern both have sort of like, they didn't seem like they were on guard duty at that moment, but they are, you know, in a partial armor and are, with their weapons, are sort of coming out the front gate right now.
So I want to ask Ord if he's, or both of them, I guess, if they've seen this cold before.
And or you know, or it's like, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I grew up in Icewind Dale. I know a thing or two about snow. I've never seen anything like that here.
What did we see when we went through it? Folly tried to drink it and then was barfing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Folly drank the ice.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't actually do it.
We were taught, yeah, we talked about it,
you
but
didn't do it?
I didn't
thought
end
you
up doing
did
it.
And I was gonna make him make a con save, but
Oh. Trying to remember what we experienced during that time.
It just was like so brief. Like we went through it and then
We
it
were like paddling through it, right?
yeah, and then it disappeared.
Okay.
Can I try think back? Did when we went through that before? Did Zandala say or do anything? I know we didn't talk about it. But did she have any weird?
she collected a vial of the snow.
That's right.
That's
She
right.
did.
Yeah.
I wonder if she experimented with it.
Is there anything anyone has that could help track her?
I'm looking through my spells and I don't. I thought I would.
Okay.
I can make the earth tremor, but
Alright.
I don't help at all.
Dang it. Okay. Well, so what direction is she heading off?
She's heading directly across the river. So
Directly across the river. So like, it's like a southeast, maybe something like that. I don't remember what the world map looked like.
Sorry, east. Like
It was just straight east. Oh, I see. Yeah.
at this particular point of the river.
Yeah. Okay.
And so she's probably about halfway across this big wide river, and the temperature starts to rise. You feel like a warm surge of air, and you start to see like there's still a lot of ice across the river, but it's like, you know, melting more rapidly, and the sort of the temperature in your area, your immediate area, seems to be rising back to normal pretty quickly.
It's not like it doesn't feel like a spell, right? It's just happening.
It's like the opposite of the spell, right? Like the cold might have felt like a spell, but the warmth is the
natural.
sort of the return to normal.
If Summerwise needed our help, he would have asked us for help.
Yeah. She acknowledged us and then didn't acknowledge us. So Mortee is tapped. He's gonna start walking back to the camp.
But it did seem like she was consciously doing stuff, almost.
And Summerwise looked concerned, but we asked if he needed help. We said, "What's going
Yeah.
on?"
To me, it looked more like Summerwise was in control, but that just is an observation, and yeah.
Oh, maybe Summerwise was in control.
If she has some dragon in her, and he obviously is part dragon, I guess. I don't know. I don't
And
know.
he was whispering to her.
But I can only imagine a deeper bond than the surface level. Remember, he said he would never leave her side.
Yeah.
There's got to be something deeper, and it's too late for me to figure it out tonight. So Mortee will go turn back in.
Yeah. So the sort of everyone out here on the beach now. There's like 5 or 6 guards and Ord and Pern and your group. Everyone's kind of watching her as she floats across the river, but no one's really running for boats. You guys aren't. The Camp Vengeance guys aren't. And, you know, there's kind of like some muttering, like she's going to get herself killed. Like, what's she doing out there? But sort of everyone starts to kind of come back in. People are like, should we close the gate? Should we lock her out there? And other people are like, well, she can fly or fly in. So
isn't really effective against her.
yeah, no, it's not that. It's like, it's more like they want to close the gate for security.
Yeah.
And there's someone outside the gate, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a deterrent.
not a deterrent for her. Yeah. So she keeps floating across the river, and you start to see a lot of the Camp Vengeance people heading back into the camp, and they're kind of like looking at you like, are you coming in? We're closing the gate.
How long do you have before you interrupt your rest? An hour?
An hour, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to recast my alarm, excluding her.
Sure.
I want to wake up if she comes back.
Okay.
Because I need this.
Folly like turns back to go to sleep. She heaves out a huge sigh, and then as she like enters back into her space, she like maybe some people can hear, but probably not. She like mutters like, oh, thank God, another person that I don't have to worry about.
Actually, Mortee has a thought as he's going to sleep, and I want to get up and search her tent real quick.
Oh, interesting.
Because she just left everything else, right? She took her gear on her, and her dragon, and everything else is still sitting here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go through her stuff.
Okay. I'm thinking about that now.
No problem.
She took her quarterstaff with her, so that's not here.
Oh yeah, did she even leave stuff?
Yeah, there's
That is a
couple
good question.
items in here. You see, like she's got multiple sort of vials of like powders and makeups and stuff that you've seen her use multiple times. And she gave you a little while ago. She gave you a spell scroll stuff, right? She gave you 200 gold worth of sort of stuff that you could copy spell scrolls with. And you see that wasn't all of her sort of spell scroll stuff that she has here. She's got a little bit more, very fine inks, and one finished, completed scroll for the spell Ice Storm.
Ooh. Maybe she cast this ice.
But how? If she's
Cold
over
snap.
by us and it's way over there.
Yeah, and like just Mortee like looking over her notes and stuff. Like if he's really going through her stuff, it looks like this is definitely a spell scroll for Ice Storm that was written out by someone, right? Like, it doesn't appear to be sort of in her handwriting. Her notes are all, but her notes that are packaged with this scroll all seem to be trying to understand Ice Storm and similar spells. Like it's like a lot of like runes that evoke frost, or runes that evoke cold, or runes that like ice, like in all of these sort of research notes. But also you notice that her, if these are her notes, that her grasp of magic is very different than yours, right? Like, you guys talked earlier, she's a sorcerer, she's not a wizard.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not research in the way that you would conduct it, right? It's like very trial and error. It's very random it's not methodical. It's not using any of the teachings that you would have learned at like a wizard school. It's very like, I tried this and my fireball was kind of icy, but it didn't work. It didn't like stick around long enough. Like it's weird. Like it's very like, I just tried stuff and here's what I tried. Almost like a log of that kind of
experience. Yeah. So again, I'll share that with the group, and also my observation that I think it's weird that her dragon skills are red, right? In
Yeah, you haven't really like seen them like she keeps them pretty much the same skin as her skin tone most of the time that you see her. But when she was floating away from you, they were definitely leaning in the red end of the spectrum.
Okay. So it's odd to me that a red like dragon. What? I don't. Did she say what she was or no? We didn't have.
She's a half elf.
Oh, that's right. It's the sorcerer that's bringing the dragons. I don't know. It's weird to me that a red dragon-based sorcerer would be practicing ice spells. But I think we should just hold on to all this stuff for now.
Yeah. Agree.
So Mortee will package it all up into like just one sack and throw it into his sack. I just want to clarify that with enough downtime, Mortee plans to copy Ice Storm into his book.
Yeah.
What does that require? Time and gold, or
yeah, time and gold. Oh, 8 hours and
wow,
200 gold.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Ice Storm is for people who didn't look it up. Ice Storm is a 4th level spell.
Okay.
The
So it's
gold.
Well beyond, it's sort of well beyond what you guys can cast.
Yeah, Mortee can't do it.
The gold is the resources of writing it, or like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs special inks and stuff. It's
But
a jungle
does
campaign.
that-
We're not going to stress it too much. But
Does that count as part of what he got from Zendala, or like
Zandala
before?
gave him 200 gold worth of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I had it doesn't consume the scroll to copy it, right?
I think it actually does. I'm not 100% sure. We can look it up.
I'll let you look at it. I don't see it in the book, but that might be an advanced thing. So.
Okay. Also during Folly's shift, or are we moving on, or is that good for that event?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. What are you going to do? You guys going to go back to sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
Folly does anyways, but on her shift she also sketches the what's it, the guy, the small guy, what's his name again?
Summerwise?
No, the commander of camp.
Niles Breakbone.
What's his name again?
Niles Breakbone.
Oh yeah, Niles.
Yeah, he comes from a long line of breakbones.
Is he you said he's not halfling though, right? He's like a small human.
He's like a human. He's just short.
He's just a really short human.
He's just a really short guy.
Okay, and so Folly is gonna take note and sketch Niles Breakbill's like features and stuff. Take note of all the details of his mannerisms. You know, really try and like practice almost impersonating him as well. Not just like.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
like pretty much everything, like to try to be that. And then his bodyguard, she's really tall though, right? She's like,
Which body? He kind of has two. Like it's you figured it out from hanging out here like at the camp long enough. Niles is the commander of this camp, and his two generals are Ord Firebeard and Pern.
oh, Pern. Yeah, Pern is tall, or like normal human height.
She's fairly tall for a female.
Okay, so that probably won't work. But okay, so Niles, I'm definitely jotting down in my kind of portfolio.
Yeah. Okay, I'm into that.
Yep.
So in almost sort of unexpectedly to all these people on guard here at the camp, the rest of the night passes without incident. Like everyone's kind of like, that's a weird thing that happened. What's gonna happen? Like the guards are doubled. Like, you know, everyone's really on alert. And sort of the night passes. The sun comes up.
Huge sigh of relief, Morty.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you put your wizard down to 1 spell slot.
0. Detect magic.
So, I guess we head upstream. Was that the plan?
Yeah, we haven't really decided what we were gonna do next. What are we doing
Do you
exactly?
want the big map?
I thought we did. I thought we were gonna go towards the mosquitoes.
So also, as you kind of get up and look across the river in the morning, there's still sort of it's smaller, like the radius of this is not what it was last night, but there still seems to be, right on the sort of opposite shore, not too far from the opposite shore, this sort of snowy bit of jungle.
Okay. Because I think we were discussing going.
Well, so the mosquito thing, we haven't really fully figured out if
we were
it's
gonna
just...
go to Lorne and drop her off, but now we don't have her.
Yeah,
That's true.
we
I
have
don't
the
think
goblin still though.
I don't think we're gonna drop her at
Oh,
Lorne.
we do have the.
Well, because we thought her dad might have been there, so we were gonna go check out Lorne and then head off to Mimbala.
Yeah. For the
But-
mosquito thing, we're not even sure if it's a natural phenomenon of the swamp or not, though. That's kind of
Right.
the only problem with that one.
Liz
But
is in.
what other reason did we have to go to Lorne? Other
I
than
mean,
her?
part of it was just that it was very interesting because because the guy was supposedly the dad was supposedly pursuing like ruins and artifacts or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a sidetrack from our actual goal?
Yeah, it is a sidetrack from the actual goal though.
Except we don't like really know that our end goal is at Mimbala.
Mimbala.
That's true. That's just our only
hunch.
direct lead. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like going to other ruins, Morty is all about. Going
And Morty would be into it. Yeah.
He's an archaeologist, so he's all about it. So,
But Morty wasn't even set on this. Like, this wasn't part of his tour.
I'm not saying that we should do that now. I'm waking up feeling much better about having his spells back. Morty is now interested a lot more in the continuing frosts across the way.
Yeah, and Folly's definitely intrigued by
Es-
Zandala just disappearing across the river as well.
especially if we could convince Ord and his little group, his band of guys to go with us. Because I mean, they went out hunting before. It's right across the way from there.
Yeah.
I think in the morning I'm gonna try and convince you guys and Ord that this should be our plan.
Sure.
Because it's across the street, from his house. Might as well look into it while we're together.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you're gonna bring up to the party?
Yeah, that we should leave the goblin, tied up here under the watch of camp, and go us 4 plus,
Hopefully.
plus Musharib, definitely.
Yeah.
And then if Ord or anybody of them are willing to go with us to check it out, all the better.
Okay. I guess we could do that, because I'm curious about what happened to her.
Yeah. And it seems like it's linked to her, so.
Yeah.
So the only thing, so I don't know if everyone's prepping or whatever, but Folly's gonna go to Niles, his tent,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna be like, she's gonna pull, or are there guards out front or something, or what's the?
I mean, like Pern is standing nearby.
Okay, but no one. It doesn't seem like it.
He
People
doesn't
are.
have like a guard detail at his front door.
Yeah.
There's not enough guys. Like,
Yeah.
The camp is short-staffed.
Oh, right. Yeah, so like Folly's gonna kind of pull open the tent flap and like peer in a little, see if he's even in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in there.
He's there.
Mhm.
So Folly's like, "Oh, hi. I just
Looks at you and he's like, "What? Get out of here!"
She's like, I just wanted to I just noticed your clothes. I love your threads. Can I?
Oh,
Can
you're
I?
right. And he's into that. He'll be like, "Oh yes, I've straight from Waterdeep. It's so hard to keep them dry and clean out here."
Oh, I'm from Waterdeep too. That's great. I was wondering, where do you even get those? Are there local merchants?
Zaru has lots of. You could probably find something, but no, these are straight from Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to have any fabrics that I could use from Waterdeep as well?
Absolutely not. It's so difficult to get supplies down here. I couldn't part with even one trouser.
Yeah, so then Folly is like, she doesn't just peer in, she's like fully in his tent while talking to him, and like kind of like almost absent-mindedly kind of ruffling through his I guess he would have like a chest, a wardrobe chest or something.
You want to show me a sleight of hand as you're
Yeah. And it's not like I'm not like trying to take like full blown clothes per se, but even if there's just fabric for her to like sew together something of her own, like that's what she'd be looking for.
Yeah, but sleight of hand look like, oh baby.
Yes.
Yeah, you find this sort of like velvety, silky kind of purple cloak that he has.
Nice.
And like it just like the way that you're talking to him, and you can just kind of like slip the whole thing into your bag. It's like bulging a little bit. It's like bulging a little bit, but like you swing it around on your back, and like then you start to like get a little bit more obvious, so that he calls you out on it, and he's like, "Hey, get out of here, get out of here!" But like you've already got it in your bag.
Well, he's like, okay. I just wanted to see, and then she steps out, and but like before she even like fully steps out, she like gives a backward glance, and looks him up and down to take mental note of like what his kind of style is and stuff.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
and goes back to her tent to like write everything down.
Yeah.
This was the main guy in charge, right?
Yeah.
The little shorty.
He's a little short guy, yeah. Cool. Okay, so you're, you see that, like, maybe because you guys were talking about it, maybe on his own accord, but it looks like Ord has putting together 2 or 3 guys to come with him and investigate the sort of frozen circle across the river.
Okay. Wait, sorry. Did you say they're
Ord is getting ready to go investigate across the river.
across the river? Okay. Is that because Mortee talked to him? Mortee, did you talk to him yet?
Not exactly. He didn't talk to him.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
didn't talk out loud to you guys about it, and
Okay.
so like you don't know if it's in response to that or if he was going to do it anyways. But you see, he's starting to put together a little band of guys to go over.
Okay. Well, let's go shoot the shit real quick.
Yeah. And he kind of looks at you and he says, I'm busy right now. Sorry. Like, you should be on your way, honestly. You should.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but that was somebody from our group that went over there last night.
Yeah, that was our friend.
Yeah, okay. I mean, feel free to tag along. We're leaving in like 10 minutes though.
All right.
Okay.
And 9.5 minutes later, he's leaving out the front door of camp, and they're pulling out a boat for the 4 of them. It's head Ord plus 3 guys, and your boats are right nearby, and you guys can hop on in and paddle across the river if you want.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So, it's like, there's still some like snow and stuff. I guess like not. It looks like the effect used to be larger. Like you see like damaged plants and stuff that have like frozen, right? But there's a pretty discreet circle that you can definitely trace out across the river, and then a very short hike on the other side of the river, a circle in which all of the water is ice. The temperature is like -10. It's freezing cold. And a little ways into that circle, you see this sort of obelisk of ice. This sort of like spire
Whoa.
of ice that heads up into the air like 7 feet. And sort of strewn around that spire, you see 4 dead bodies.
On
What?
the ground?
Yeah.
From a distance, they look fresh dead or long dead?
From a distance, it's really hard to tell, especially everything's like frozen, right? There's around each of them is like a different sort of splattering of frozen blood.
And we can't tell if it's human or not.
They all look human, all 4 of them.
Is this past the river, or is
This is
this...
past, you cross the river, and then you
Okay.
take a short hike, like 10,
Okay.
15 minutes.
So it sounded like Ord was being all fucking macho man about it. Is he gonna do
Yeah.
anything?
He marches straight into it, and like you can see that all of his sort of guys, like everyone is like, oh god, we are so unprepared for this cold, right? Like it is super fucking cold, but they do march in and start marching towards where the sort of bodies are, and I don't know, like it's probably gonna take them like 5 minutes of sort of hiking across the snow to get to where the bodies are and where the obelisk of ice is. So you can like watch them from outside if you want, or you can follow them in.
Nayana tells the group, what if there's a curse or a spell there that could kill us? Maybe we should watch to see what happens.
Folly agrees for sure. It's like, yeah, this looks very sketchy.
Maybe 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, and the circle's pretty big. You think that this whole situation here is not like perfectly centered in the circle, but you think that the whole circle itself might be half a mile in diameter. And this is kind of a little bit more on your end of the circle than the center.
Yeah, I mean, unless someone's has any other input, I'm gonna watch from the outside, or I'm just gonna kind of watch.
I'm okay watching.
I'm curious. How you said the obelisk is 30 feet tall?
It's 7 feet tall. It's not that tall.
Okay. I'm curious. I'm gonna have Hissy fly up. How high does the cold go? As tall as the obelisk?
It
Taller.
as far as you can tell, and as a wizard, this isn't weird to you. It's a sphere. It's a dome, right? So it's centered on the ground, but it's a sphere.
Got it. Yeah, Mortee will just, as much as it pains him, he's gonna sit and watch Ord and his boys walk in there.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna.
yeah,
Tr-
so
I'd watch from like 50 feet away, maybe something like that.
like from outside the sphere, though.
Yeah, outside the sphere.
So you see him walk over there, and it's quite a ways. As he sort of gets up there, all of the sort of his guys kind of investigate the bodies briefly, turn one of them over, go through the pockets of the dead men, pull out little money pouches and stuff like that.
Folly's like, "Is there good stuff?"
Yeah, they can't hear you. And kind of pulls out a few choice items, throws them in their bags. Then they walk over and look at the obelisk from the distance, and then for a little bit closer. And then Ord casts a quick spell. He's like shivering at this point. Ord casts a quick spell. His axe glows bright yellow, and he takes it and he swings it as hard as he can into the ice obelisk.
Oh God.
And there's like this rain of ice, like as the obelisk is like sundered, right? But maybe sundered isn't the right word. Like there's a big ass dent in it, and he swings at it again, and there's like a bigger dent in it. And then he sighs, and it's like it's still like pretty big and solid, and he like pushes on it. And then he turns around and he starts to walk back out, and all of his guys follow.
Nothing happens.
The ice is fucked up, but like
Ice is fucked up.
it would take several swings like that, and him and his men are all very cold.
All right, guys, it's our turn. Let's go in and investigate.
Yeah, that sounds good, guys.
Should we see if he'll talk to us on his way out?
Yeah, I mean he's walking right past you guys.
What do you think, Gord?
He goes, "I've never seen anything like it. Whoever those guys are had a bad day. There's someone trapped in that ice. Pretty sure he's dead by now.
So they're not your men?
No, they're not my men.
Huh.
Are they recently deceased?
It's hard to tell, Frost, but yeah, I mean, could have been last night.
Are they locals or?
No, from somewhere on the mainland.
So you don't recognize them?
No, I've never seen any of those people.
Did they have anything of significance in their pockets? Insignias or?
He thinks about that for a second, and he goes, I think that the findings here are between me and the Order of the Gauntlet. And he kind of pushes past you at that point. You guys aren't friends, right?
Huh. Okay. Oh, Folly's not gonna pursue that one.
And Mortee's pretty pissed off right now, but I guess we'll continue on.
Yeah.
Pick up the ice.
Yeah, let's go. So Folly heads into the sphere
Yeah, Mortee will be too.
Following.
I'm covered.
and starts to investigate.
I'd be curious about survival rolls from you guys. As sort of like trying to... No, just trying to figure out what happened here. Trying to piece together the happenings.
The sitch.
So what do you want us to roll?
Survival.
Not investigation.
Investigation would work too if you're better at it.
I'm better at it.
Oh, mine's the same.
Yeah.
Nayana might have survival? Is
Oh,
it good?
sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. I was having issues.
What sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is like your ability to steal something from someone without them notice. Like
Or
card tricks.
any other kind of trickery that involves.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that like you manipulate
Hand.
objects in a way that's tricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the walk there, and it's 5 minutes, and then for I guess 5 more minutes when we get there, Mortee's gonna be ritual casting detect magic.
Yeah. Okay, so your survival rolls were all kind of middle of the road, but I will tell you that it looks like there was a fight between 4 people, or 5 people, and 2 people. That is that much you can tell. That
5 versus 2.
5 versus 2.
Gotcha.
There are 4 dead bodies out here. They're all wearing black leather armor. One of them was stabbed in the heart 3 times. The next one was shot in the neck with an arrow. The third one was cut almost in half by a large bladed weapon.
Jesus.
Oh, holy.
And the fourth one was badly burned with some sort of magic. The 5th person is currently encased in a giant obelisk of ice. Seems to be a wizard halfway through casting a spell.
Jesus.
The two pairs of footprints lead towards the east.
So a fight between 5 people and 2 people is what you said.
And it appears that the 2 people.
And these are the 5.
These are the 5. 4 dead guys laying in the snow, 1 encased in ice. The 4 in the snow seem like standard mercenary, roguish, fightery types, and the 1 in the ice seems like a wizard.
Does
Should we
anyone
defrost the wizard?
yeah, does anyone have any like fire spells or anything?
I do, but if he's dead, will we be wasting the spell?
Well, it
Can
might
we-
not be good.
Before we try and melt the orb, can we wait the 5 minutes to get detect magic up?
Yeah, that totally happens while you're looking around. Sorry, I forgot. There's this sort of aura of conjuration magic in the air, and there's like a strong spike of it all over the sort of obelisk of ice. The ice seems more or less mundane in terms of like it'll melt if you hold fire to it, but it was created instantaneously through magic.
Okay, I have.
Anything from the half-casting wizard? Or
You notice with detect magic up, something that you didn't notice with just your eyes is that he appears to be clutching a staff in his hands that you missed at first because it must be made out of solid ice or glass.
oh, a glass staff, you say?
does this staff allow you to cast shield?
Guys, we need to melt this ice.
This is really important, guys.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this spell is like. Sorry.
Yeah, and while you're trying to figure that out, Folly's like chipping at it with her rapier and dagger.
Yeah, it would take a very long time.
Oh, that's at higher levels. I have produce flame. Okay. I have flaming sphere. So Nayana casts flaming sphere.
Alright, what is that? What is that?
Flaming sphere creates a 5-foot radius sphere of flame that she can move around however she wants.
Oh.
It would definitely be enough to melt this situation.
Kill the wizard.
In your cantrips, you have fire.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, before Nayana casts flaming sphere, she looks at her cantrips and remembers that she has produced flame.
Okay, so that's a little different, right? That makes your hand, you can like make a flame in your hands, and you can kind of thought it's still gonna be able to do this. It's at least gonna help, Folly chipping away at it if you can like melt it. And Ord has put in some work. Ord had put in 2 or 3 good hits.
Melt away at the denting.
Would my flurry of blows do anything?
Well,
Yeah.
they're-
she's like punching the.
But you can, the way you can like operate your key, like absolutely you can strike this ice in a way that sends cracks through it. Like
Nice.
that's total monk shit. That's totally cool.
All right, and I'll do that.
while they're going at the ice, can I check the dead bodies?
Yeah, let me see investigation or perception, whichever you like.
I also have firebolt.
You don't actually, but it's okay.
Oh, it's on my list.
I might have left it there because, anyways, you can.
Uh,
You have fire. You have fire available to you. It's not the end of the world. You can light a torch.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Dan, Morty, as you kind of look at these guys, you see that all four of them were wearing thick rings on their middle fingers on their left hands that had been removed. Other than that, they're like sort of, you can tell that like only the boring stuff left in their satchels, right? There's like mementos from home and stuff like that. Like any sort of valuable supplies seemed like the Order of the Gauntlet took it.
They seem like they're from the mainland.
They seem like they're from the mainland. Yeah. Like one of them has a sort of a letter from like a priest back home, like a sort of like a blessing. It was written in Neverwinter. Like they're all just from all over in the mainland.
So, I don't think Morty would have access to this knowledge, but the rest of the group, having come from the mainland, might. And so he'll, noticing the middle finger, left hand, like same finger for all four dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any organization that employs that type of?
Yeah, that would definitely be a history check from anybody. If Morty thinks that that's weird and mentions it to the group, the whole group can roll. But that's a history check for sure.
A roll.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bard may know such things. History.
I would definitely ask the rest of the group.
Tyranny does not know.
You should all.
No.
Polly does not know.
No.
Ah, I found
You guys are garbage. All of you.
I failed in
Oh
school.
my god.
You've never heard of an organization that does that.
Okay.
Oh, that's sad.
So at this point, you guys are getting pretty far through your, chopping away at the ice, and a big chunk falls away, and the wizard's head is, sort of exposed, and he like finishes the second half of an incantation that he apparently had started a long time ago.
Yeah.
And because like you have to say it all at once, right? Like it doesn't work. So he and then he like kind of looks around, and he kind of looks around. He says, "You, please, whoever you are, please help get me out of here."
Who are you?
He says, "My name is, look, help me out. My name is Yarno Albrecht."
Yarno.
Yarno.
Yeah.
Where
Dan?
is that from the other game?
Dan, how high are you?
I'm not,
Yes, that was Glassstaff's name.
That was actually Glassstaff, dude. This is a
It is
guest
Glassstaff.
character. Yeah. That's
Wait,
crazy.
So
But we don't know who he is.
This is a character.
Yeah, we don't
that
know who
they-
he is.
They got away from their other adventuring group.
well, that makes sense because Nayana's linked to that.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
Does Nayana know that he?
You've never heard of an Yarno Albrecht. None of you have ever heard of an Yarno Albrecht, to be clear.
Okay, because her parents were involved in that.
Yeah, this happened when the Fops guys were like level 2.
Yeah. it's super young.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'll continue the line of question. What brought What brought you out here?
He says, you really have to get me out of this ice. I'm gonna die. Like, I'll talk as much as you want. We can talk about whatever you want, but you just gotta get the ice off.
Yeah,
of me.
Folly says fine, but that staff, we're holding on to it until we know you're cooperating.
Yeah, he like, you chip away at it and the staff kind of falls to the ground, and he goes, you can have it. It's a replica. I lost a real one.
Replica.
I lost. They took it from me.
I give it to Mortee. Here. I don't know if you can use this replica.
It's not magical, right?
What?
Is it magical?
No, it's not magical.
God damn it!
Nayana asks Yarno. Yarno?
Yarno, yeah.
Yarno. Who were you fighting?
He says. First of all, how are you guys continuing to free him?
Yeah, I think we should.
Folly is slowing down her work at it.
Same.
He says, "I'm here on a special assignment. I'm here on a special assignment from some big guys."
Big guys.
Yeah.
What organization?
He thinks about it for a second, and then he raises one of his hands that's now free, his left hand, and on his middle finger of the left hand on the inside, like there's a ring, right? But like on the inside of his hand where you wouldn't see it from the outside, he's wearing a golden ring with an emblem of a snake on it.
Okay.
And you would recognize this as the emblem of the Zentarum.
Oh.
Zentarum.
They're another faction.
Folly's like, oh, I know the Zentarum.
Everyone here would know at least of the existence of the Zentarum, and that they're sort of a underground. They're a little mafia-esque. They're gray area legal. In fact, they've almost certainly do illegal things, but they seem to always have some sort of shell company set up to actually take the fall. Like can never seem to pin them down for anything. And if you need, something stolen or something obtained or someone killed, might be able to find a Zentarum that could help you.
What are you doing here that the Zentarum would be interested in?
It's a special assignment. I can't talk about it.
He has freed you from dying. Are you serious?
Yeah. Look, what do you guys want?
Look, we can either turn you over to the the Order of the Gauntlet, or you can answer our questions.
Yeah, sure. I'll take him to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Or we haven't fully thawed you out at this point.
Yeah, we could just leave you here.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna...
Okay, fine. Do that.
All right, guys, let's go.
Wait, no.
we got what we wanted. Let's go.
You guys are doing this all wrong.
I think we need to track those footsteps, guys.
Let the torture begin.
Does he look like beat up, or was he just frozen? Like he's still...
He actually looks like he has all of his hit points.
Okay.
He looks like he was instantly frozen, like maybe the first turn of the
almost stasis or something.
Yeah.
Can you minimize damage on a spell?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Make
Talk to me about what you want to do.
I want to put my hand on him and shocking grasp him.
As I said, let the torture begin.
Yeah, fine. Shocking grasp. Cast shocking grasp. You have advantage. He's immobile. Yeah, that'll hit him. And you can do up to 4 damage with it. How much do you want to do?
Let's do 1 just to...
Yeah, you zap him, and he's like, "Ah, what the fuck was that for?"
let's talk.
Yeah, what do you?
I
What do
want to
you?
know what your mission is.
He says, look, first of all, you guys are fucking taking a long time. Are you this bad at magic? Everyone just step the fuck back.
And at this point, Folly just stops
Yeah, so
and steps back
so
too.
His legs are still like caught in the ice, right? But he's like, everybody just get the fuck back. I'll finish this, okay?
And Morty will respond. I don't know if we have to go to initiative, but Morty wants to respond with the hold person.
You're gonna cast hold person?
Yeah, Morty's not fucking around with this guy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Get it.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to go to a whole initiative, but give me an initiative roll, and I'll roll his initiative, and we'll see who goes first. You go first.
Yeah, the hold person. I guess.
And but before he does that, Folly sees him casting hold person, and she wants to cast Bane on Yarna.
Oh. Yeah, so Morty could like hold his spell back like a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Morty holds his spell back a little bit, then Iarno's gonna get a spell off. It's burning hands at his feet.
And I have my stick ready.
Yeah, so as soon as like the ice is all melting away from him, but then Bane hits and then hold person hits. So like he's kind of out of the ice, but like then immediately paralyzed. I rolled a save.
Okay.
So let's talk. You know?
He says, "Look, I'm not. This is." He sighs and he's like, "Okay, look, let's put it this way. Look, you do. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to fight you guys. I don't want to fight that fucker again. I don't want.
Who?
Who?
I don't.
Who'd you
Artist
fight?
Sember.
Oh,
Oh.
Artist Sember and his goddamn lizard friend. Look, I don't want any fucking part of this anymore. Look, you guys seem like you're all up about it. Lots of slinging magic, slinging spells, saving magical princesses from ice prisons.
Oh.
Are you a magical princess?
So,
Wow. Okay.
look, I'll give you guys what, 2,000 gold if you go and you get the fucking thing that I'm here for. I'll be important, sir.
no, not so fast.
And then Folly starts to frisk him for like anything that he might have on him
Does
besides.
he have 2,000 gold?
Yeah, he has a spell book.
And then Folly takes out the spell book and tosses it to Morty.
Yeah. Morty will thumb through that.
He like you take his spell book and he's just like so like defeated, you know. He's like, what is with everybody and robbing and killing?
Morty.
He says, Sorry. Look, what do you want to give me my fucking book back?
I have the book bag. I'm just curious.
I'm just curious.
Are you flipping through it?
Yeah, I generally. And
He has every spell. He has every spell that the mage stat block has prepared.
Oh.
You can look it up, Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's quite a bit. Okay. And what was your quest? What are you looking for?
He's like, I'm not talking to anybody who has me in a paralysis spell. I'm not fucking with it. I'm just gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna die, and then my organization's gonna be in danger, and I just.
Folly's like, we wouldn't do such a thing. We're the good guys.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay.
So really order the gauntlet, right? Yeah. There's no good guys in the jungle.
Prior to. Fuck, that's tough.
Did you see a lizard, a little dragon, and a lady last night?
Oh, good
No.
question.
Artist Simber travels with a big lizard man.
Right, but that's not who I'm talking about. Our friend flew over last night. Did you see
No.
anyone fly
To
over?
be honest, though, I didn't see a lot of anything. I was in that ice in seconds after Artist showed up.
Okay.
That's kind of what he does.
So
Oh, and also real quick, what day do you think it is right now?
He knows what day it is. I don't know what day it is. You guys tell me.
But like
he was frozen. He was frozen yesterday,
oh, yesterday. Okay, got it.
and he can tell it's daylight. He's
Got it. So this just happened yesterday.
yeah.
Huh.
so Morty wants to say to him, you know greater invisibility and Misty Step. What's to say you're not gonna just peace?
He does want a piece though, right?
Yeah, he wants to leave.
Yeah.
But we need more information.
Yeah. And he wants me to let him go.
Oh. Hold person. Yeah, for sure.
What?
Yeah. Okay, look, here's why, okay? Because I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this jungle. I don't want to be in this ice. I don't want to be anywhere near Artist Simber. I don't want to be anywhere near my employers. So I am going to peace out. But first, I'm going to make you guys do my job because that's capitalism.
We should have left you frozen.
That's what we do. That's what the Zentarim do. It's called subcontracting, and it works really well for us. So you guys show up, slinging spells, fancy bard, what are you, a monk? I guess. Look.
Okay,
You
so
guys do my job for me. I pay you more money than you've ever had, and everybody is happy.
Well, tell us what your job is while we're holding you here, and then we'll decide.
I need something. I need an item of power held by Artist Simber.
What does he have?
He has a ring that does a lot of ice stuff, okay?
Ah.
Like, there's a lot of ice involved. I don't know exactly what it can do. Also, he lives forever. There's also that.
oh,
He's the guy who made the curse.
The death curse? No, I don't think so. The ring. Artist Simber is like 250 years old. It's pretty old for a human. The ring keeps him alive.
Wait, if that's the case, how old was Angela?
Well, she doesn't have the ring, so we also don't know how old she was, right? I don't
She's
really-
a half elf though. They live a little longer than humans do. So hard to tell. He's like, it's really cold. Can we talk in like the normal jungle? Like, can we talk like you have a boat or like a camp or a fire?
Why is it still frosty here?
Because this is what he does. I don't know. You'll see these things all over the jungle. Whenever he wants to kill someone, then now there's ice there. Then that's because he has a ring that does lots of ice stuff.
Did you find him or did he find you?
I mean, we found him. That's
You
my
were
job.
looking
That's
for
my
him
job.
with the ring. Yeah.
That's my job. Yeah. And I tried to take his ring, and then he killed all of us.
How did you find him?
We've been at it for a while. That I have a. Look, it's trade seekers. We have a divining rod. We his cousin. We got some of his cousin's blood in Xanthar's keep way back on the mainland, and we built a thing.
okay. Well, where do you know where he is probably right now, or where he's heading?
East.
East. That's
Yeah,
it. That's all we know.
He's definitely going east. I could look. If
You guys are supposed to be a spy network.
If you take the job, I can give you the divining rod.
Oh,
Oh.
wait,
It's attuned to Artist Simber's blood, so it's not worth much except for finding Artist Simber. But to me, it cost me 5,000 gold, so I would very much need to know that you're doing the job.
He has it on his person, though, right? Or no?
Yeah, he's wearing the ring. I don't think he wants to take it off because it keeps him alive.
No. I mean, table talk. Iarno has the divining rod on him.
Yes, he's got it. I got it in my bag. Yeah, I got it in my bag.
So somebody grab it out of his bag while he's held.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bag.
And then after we have it, Morty will drop his whole person.
Grab his bag.
I'm gonna let him go with that. Now we know we're cool.
Yeah.
Look, are you gonna do the job or not? 2,000 gold. I'll give you 2,000 gold.
Okay, where do we meet you if we?
Port Nanzar, I'll stay at Kaya's
Nernzir.
house of repose for 2 months. I'll stay at in this fucking wretched place for 2 months. If you don't find me by then I'll be in Waterdeep.
All right.
We have another task we need to accomplish, so we could probably do yours on the way to doing our other one.
Yeah, great. Look, if you find the ring, then... Okay, look, a couple things. Don't put it on. It's super... Have you ever, like, had an object, and then that object talked to you?
Like in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know what that is, but it's a ring, and it talks to you when you put it on, and if you let it talk to you, it probably won't let you bring it back here to me. So don't put it on. Don't use it, and be very fucking careful because Artist Simber and his dragon friend are murderers.
What if I put it on for a little bit?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Is it like getting Botox? If you put it on, you get a little younger?
I have no idea. Don't put on the Ring of Winter. Just bring it to me. I will give it to my patron. I will get much gold, and I will give you some gold.
Have you put it on before?
No, I've never fucking touched anything that valuable.
Is that like? Can I roll against my Arcana? Is that like a cursed item or something?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
The way he explains it.
Yeah, roll Arcana. I mean, you've heard of sentient items before. It will talk to you in your head, and if it has it is an intelligent thing, like a person is, right? Like it has its own mind and its own
Like
motives. And it will try to convince you to pursue its motives.
Volley's like, wait, so I can have a ring for a partner?
Look, don't. You guys, maybe just give me back the divining rod. Like, maybe you should let experts know. This is.
I'm still interested in the Botox.
Drew,
Let's go get this Botox ring.
Yeah, Volley's like, no.
I'm not the.
I'm just curious.
I'm not the only person here looking for him in the ring. I'm not even the only person working for the same employer. There's. Look, when you run into him, you can't miss.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon. I suppose, unless anyone else has any other questions.
So I wonder what happened to Zendala.
Well, maybe they'll be around the same area.
You wouldn't have footprints because she was flying.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for him. Does he? Do you know if Summer is working with maybe like a hag?
I don't think Artist Simber's working for anybody.
Okay.
He's been an adventurer for a very long time, and he has very powerful items, including the Ring of Winter.
The other people that are sent looking for him from your employer, are they looking for the same thing, or are they looking for other items? Like, were you each assigned an item?
It says, remember when I told you about subcontractors, right? The Zentarum were hired to produce a divining rod, and if possible, to obtain this item from my employer. They have also sent their own team. Like, seriously, you can't miss them. It's they're a big deal.
So they're all wearing the same rings that you have.
They won't be, no. They hired us, right?
Who's they?
The snake people?
So you guys have been kind of chatting for a little while, right? Like, he seems like somewhat reluctant to sort of divulge that information, but I'd take a persuasion roll if you're trying to get that out of him.
Yeah.
He sighs and he says, he actually takes like a couple steps back from you, like in case this makes you mad, right? Like, he's like prepared to like bolt if he has to. And he says, I'm working with a frost giant named Jarl Storvald.
Wait, your name's Yargan and his name is Jarls?
Jarl means like chief or like king in like Norse.
Jarl, what was it?
Jarl Stormbolt.
He says Storvald thinks that he's going to usher in a new age of giants, new age of frost giants on top of the Ordning, whatever that is, if he can get this ring. I don't know about that, but I do know that he's got a fat sack of gold. And I went and got the blood of Artist Simber's cousin, some guy named the Weevil, over in Dark Keep.
That's great.
And I made a divining rod, and for a minute there, I thought these goddamn adventurers from Phandalin were gonna come storm down in the Svardborg and stop me, but they didn't. Thank God.
That's
And
great.
now I'm here in Cholt looking for this stupid ring. And there are lots of frost giants also looking for the ring, and they don't like the hot jungle very much, so they tried to send us, but I'm sure that they will be coming in here any minute. Not minute, any day. They have a really big boat named the Hallsbird, and it is off the coast, up by Kitcher's Inlet, and I don't know, it's probably somewhere else by now. That's where it was. When we started our expedition, we move a little faster through the jungle than the giants do, so we caught up with them first, and it was bad. It was really bad. And now I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to talk to Jarl Storvald. I don't want to talk to Droofy, his commander. I don't want to
Roofy.
Roofy.
I don't want to talk to any of these giants or artists or his lizard friend anymore. You guys are going to do it. And that's great. Everything's good now. You take that divining rod, you go figure it out, and I'm going to be important.
Sounds good. I'm good. Anyways, unless somebody else says anything.
I'm good.
Nope.
Liz is good.
So,
All of the same world, guys.
I Folly points to Camp Vengeance, and she's like, if you want a place to crash, there's the Order of the Gauntlet over there.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna fly back. It's fine. I do want my spellbook back.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, I guess we don't really have enough time. And Morty reluctantly tosses it over because I would never steal another. Well, I
might,
but I won't steal your.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Great.
You don't have a backup on you, do you?
Back in Waterdeep, but I don't really want to go that far, so.
Oh,
All right, so should we be heading east?
Well, let's go get our stuff. Should we pack up everything?
Yeah, you guys can
Oh,
do stuff.
that's
It's
true.
at the boat, so right next to you. It's like.
And are we leaving the goblin?
Yeah, you
Well,
left
no.
the Goblin Camp Vengeance. Camp
Yeah.
Vengeance is not far from here. You can get back to Camp Vengeance.
Yeah, we should just I don't think we would have had everything packed and stuff yet.
yeah, let's go. We can go grab everything. When we're sufficiently away from Yarno, Morty's gonna say that I think that we should, if and when we find this ring, we should just turn it in ourselves. How bad can the Storm Giants be? They have a big sack of gold for it.
Frost.
That's what I meant. Fractions.
So Folly's like, yeah, I like the idea of a ring friend.
I like the idea of Botox.
I don't know, guys. I don't know about putting that ring on.
Well, Zendala obviously went to follow her father,
Yeah,
so
I agree with you.
You guys kind of come up with your next course of action. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
okay. So what's heading east?
So east has Zendala and artist Simber, which, to be quite frank, it sounds like he's gonna be a real handful for us. I don't know if we're strong enough for him.
But would he be our enemy? Like, because we've been befriending Zendala, so do you think he could help us get the death curse? Like, figure out our actual thing?
It doesn't sound like he's a very friendly guy anymore.
Yeah. It sounds like he's.
It sounds like he might be under a curse.
I mean, if a mafia guy is calling this guy a murderer, then that's
Yeah.
probably a bad sign.
Well, Zendala's kind of off our hands now.
I mean, again, we could try to chase her. She
No,
was going
You know
east.
what I think we should do? I think that we should attune to this divining rod, somebody,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
and take a look at where he is, and then make a call. Like, I
Would we
mean,
be able to see if he has Zendala with him?
I don't think that a divining rod lets you.
Nah, it would just tell us where artist Simber is.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
direction and distance, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
But
kind of distracting from our main goal.
yeah, and I do kind of agree with Folly that he sounds a little too strong maybe for us.
He
right
sounds
now.
dangerous, really
Yeah,
dangerous.
if we were to run into him like on the other side of this ridge, then I think we might be in for a bad day.
So yeah, so I say either go. So Austin,
Yeah.
we've decided that, or Folly is gonna try to attune to the divining rod.
Oh, you don't have to attune to it. You just have
Oh, you don't have to attune. So
Fuck, I should have just launched that shit when I picked it up.
So Folly tries to use it to see where our December is.
East.
East. Do we get a distance on that
Mark the map.
No, it's almost just like a compass.
directional thing?
The other thing to consider is that going after him takes us on our very first complete jungle hike away from the river, right?
Yeah. Well, our next steps. Well, Mbala might still be along the river, but Vorn is definitely out
Yeah.
into the jungle. So, and again, I'm very down for either one of these, Vorn or Mbala. Primarily
Yeah.
because just ruins in general are going to be like to uncover a better understanding of what's going on in the island itself, just in general. Like it'll be pretty good to visit all the ruins.
Folly and I both agreed that too strong. If we were
Oh, I
running,
totally agree.
run into
I think
him.
we would die.
So going on a chase after him maybe sounds like a bad idea.
So it's just a debate between Vorn and Mbala.
I mean, really, we could consider ourselves successful, like mission completed, right? We got whatever her name is.
Yeah.
To her dad. She wanted to get to her dad. We got her there. Mission check mark. Let's move.
Well,
on.
not quite, but she ran off on her own, so can't really
Much positive
do much about that. And we got the cleric here. So basically all that's really left is
Yell Yark! Yell Yark!
the goblin. That's the other thing though. If we go to Vorn, we could handle the goblin too.
You mean kill the Goblin King and install this guy as Goblin King?
install a puppet dictator. A puppet government.
If he's willing to pay tribute to us, then we could. It might be a good source of income.
25 gold a month.
You gotta get your mines.
Investments early.
I kind of like he's growing on me. Nayana feels bad for him. She kind of wants to know his name now.
Do you ask the goblin his name?
Is he around?
He's
He's
tied
in
up.
Camp Dungeon. Yeah,
I think that we should. Somebody else say if they want to do something else, but I think that we should get our stuff from Camp Vengeance and get a little bit away from it and make some decisions. Like tell them we're leaving, or not, just leave. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where our time is done.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys gather all your stuff and you head out of Camp Vengeance. You headed north, or you heading south, or you heading some other way?
Can we save Mbala?
Oh, we didn't decide yet. What are we deciding after we step away from camp?
We can follow the river to Mbala.
Oh, I guess the river does go to Mbala. Because
Well,
you can
Austin
see
said
the other
something.
side of it.
Yeah, Musharib can talk to you about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says the river will dead end at a significant upwards hike. You'll have to climb maybe 200 feet up rocky slopes, and eventually it'll end in what we call the Aldani Basin.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
right.
Swamp.
Yeah.
And on the edge of the swamp, the cliffs of Mbala rise up from the ground.
The far edge or the close edge?
Neither, the right edge.
Yeah, so I guess that is kind of along the river. We'll have to be off the river, but
Yeah, he says the swamp is like, there might be places where you can take a boat, but for the most part you're going to be hiking through the swamp. The water's not consistently deep enough to make a boat worthwhile.
so do we still have about another day or two along the river before we get to that area where we have to go on foot?
Probably a day.
A day? Okay. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah. I mean, we could probably get to the Aldani Basin today. Is what Musharib says.
So, Morty thinks that if we're not gonna go do the Goblin Town, take care of it, then we should probably let our little buddy go and then continue on to Mbala.
Where was the Goblin Town was born?
It was by Vorn.
Somewhat near
I
Born,
think
yeah.
we should let him go, but we should tell him that if he ever, like, sees us or whatever, that he should not attack us.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nayana?
I think if we go to Goblin Town, we'll be really distracted. And we are like on the 36th day of the curse now, and it's not getting any better. So, yeah, I think we should let him go. Nayana asks him as a final goodbye what his name is.
Oh, Yaka. My name's Yaka.
Interesting.
When you said the curse isn't getting better, how do you know?
Because in the beginning we found out that the more days that go by, the worse the situation gets.
But what I mean is, we've been in the jungle for a couple days. How do you know the curse isn't getting better?
There's a lot of undead.
Yeah, didn't we? We just saw undead bodies like floating.
Floating?
Yeah,
She's talking about like last session.
yeah.
Oh, but I mean, the boners were always a thing here.
Boners are always a thing.
But they said that there's more, and they're acting like they have a goal, and they're more.
The commander's around too.
Yeah, the blue triangles.
Well, something's happening. We don't know if it's a death curse per se, but something's happening for sure.
Yeah, Morty's just he is still kind of interested in going to Vorn, but he could give it up if that's what we want to do to go.
Yeah, I mean, Mbala's should be interesting too.
Yeah, they're
So-
both historical sites, so yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to Mbala then.
Wait, what do we do with Yaka?
Say, be free, but be good.
Yeah, if we're not going to Vorn, then we should just either kill him or let him go.
I don't want to kill him.
At this point, we probably shouldn't kill him.
Or
We're not
we could
looking-
keep him as a pet.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Can we?
Does he want to come with us?
Yaka, do you want to come with us as our friend?
Yeah, he doesn't have any better idea. Like, honestly, like he's not gonna go to Yelyark by himself after like all this.
Okay. Well, then
Okay,
we'll
Yaka,
just-
come with us. You'll be part of our group. But if you turn on us, we'll kill you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Yaka, help, Yaka.
Yeah, Yaka, you gotta help us. Be a lookout.
He's pretty far from home at this point, right?
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he could. He's not sure he can make it to Yelyark when they
Yeah.
at this point. So he'd rather stay with you.
Poor guy.
Okay. He
Look
can-
at me. We're your tribe now.
He's probably a good. He's probably a good scout. So
Brother.
we need it. So yeah.
Remember, he's big and fat.
Oh.
Yeah, remember he's like he's not a useful
He's-
goblin.
He's rotund.
That's right. That's right.
Yaka, Nayana turns to Yaka and says, Yaka, you're growing on me.
He's a lap goblin.
But he's good at throwing a spear, right?
He's okay. He's you know he's got a C minus. It's a passing grade, but
Okay.
Oh, little Yaka.
All right, let's go.
Even pet-like.
so you guys heading on with your march?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
we're down to 6 people total, right?
yeah,
The 4 of us, Mushi, and
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
That's-
Yeah, let's head down the river.
cool. So you're moving at a slow pace, fast pace, normal pace?
Basically
Can we
fast.
get there today at a slow pace or no?
At a slow pace, there's a 50% chance you won't get
So let's go normal then.
Yeah, let's just get there.
Let's just get there. Yeah.
there. So yeah, I mean, your trip along the river is not particularly eventful. At one point, you pass what you think is a floating dead zombie or something, like some sort of decayed body. But like you've seen these before, like the jungle's fucked up.
While we're heading down the jungle, or yeah, head down the river. At this point, now with what we know, how much materials did she have for copying spells?
Sandala?
Yeah, Zonda, how much did she leave?
She left another 100 gold worth of materials, and then that spell. Other than that, it's all research notes.
That would only leave me 50 gold worth of copying stuff to copy it. Can I know it's mid session. Can I get a ruling on if it consumes the scroll or not?
I don't think it does.
A quick Google said that it doesn't have it in the player's handbook, but it has it in the DM guide. No, you just rolled in my favor. I'm going to be honest about it.
Oh.
That I have to roll an Arcana against some DC, but I'm not sure.
Oh, got it. The DC would be 10 plus the spell's level. If that's the DC they're talking about.
Okay.
So 10 plus the spell's level, you keep it. That's probably a fair roll.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll the first, the one I already copied.
Yep.
Which is a level 1 spell.
Yep.
Oh!
So you still have that scroll.
I wish I would have used it on the other one. Okay, I'm gonna, on the 8 hours down, I'll copy what is it, Ice Storm?
Ice
Yep.
Storm, yeah.
I'll copy Ice Storm.
Okay. DC 10 plus 4. I think you keep it.
Awesome. Cool.
Nice.
And I'm down to 50 gold worth of reagents left.
Nice.
I mean, we have gold too, but
Clearing the map a little bit for you.
I feel like I'm on soaring through California.
I can't copy it. Sorry.
Alright.
I can't. It's a level 4 spell, and I can't cast a level 4 spell.
Got it. You have to get that. You have to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I could consume the scroll and probably fizzle, but I can't. Got it.
So it's near the end of the day, and you climb what is like 150, 200 feet of rocky climbing, and like there's like waterfalls here and there, as like it looks like you're starting to piece this together, that there's this big lake or swamp called the Aldani Basin, and it is just, as it slowly fills up with rainwater, it slowly gurgles down the sides of this lip and becomes the river Sachenstar. And it's why the river is so slow and meandering, is that it's not like fueled by this big like sloping mountain. It's just like whatever overflows slowly from this basin as it rains. And it is a big swamp. There's trees growing up out of the water, but like many, many fewer than the thick jungle. You can see much further, especially right here up on the lip that you're on. And one thing in particular stands out to you as you sort of crest this edge. I'm gonna have to move some stuff around, hold on. One thing stands out to you in particular as you sort of crest the edge. Floating in the air over the swamp, you see, let me actually read it to you so that I'm not saying something I shouldn't say.
You should say it.
Secrets. You see a massive chunk of earth and rock drifting above the swampy forest, about 100 feet off the ground. A petrified tree towers above the stone, with its stone roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree's limbs, it creates the impression of a gigantic stone heart hanging in the sky. The impression is made only more gruesome by the red liquid dripping from its roots.
It's just floating up there, though?
Yeah, and you see a cave mouth in one side of it. And here's a picture.
What the heck?
Wow.
And Musharib will say that as you sort of see it. For him, there's like a reverence to it. And he says sort of like, it's the heart of Ubtao. You know, some say that it's actually the heart of a god. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but it truly is magnificent, isn't it?
Has anyone been up there?
He says sometimes priests of Ubtao in the old religion, the old days, would tame pterodactyls and ride up there and commune with Ubtao. I don't know how true those stories are.
Well, it looks like there's stairs.
Yeah, as you look at it, you see as it's spinning very slowly, and there seems to be stairs connecting a small cave on the side of it to the top of it.
Can we tame pterodactyls?
Literally, it's a lifelong pursuit.
Ritual cast detect magic.
Sorry, this is many miles from you.
Okay.
I marked it on your map.
Oh, I see.
We're just seeing it from like.
You can see it from afar.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're 200 feet up, right?
Yeah, exactly, and it's 100 feet above the swamp, right? So it's actually kind of like at the same level as you. You're 200 feet up. No, it's actually probably above you, because you're 200 feet up from where the jungle was below, but the swamp is only like 25 feet below you. It's like a big bowl up in the air, right? Like it's not floating, but like this lake is like at a higher elevation than the rest of the jungle, and then floating above this lake is the heart.
Okay.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But like this lake is fueling the river that you just came up, right? Like this is where it's coming from. It's at a higher elevation.
So it's like 30 miles. It would take us like over a day to get to it.
Yeah, I mean, normally without a boat, and it's going to be hard to use a boat up here. Without a boat, you move 10 miles a day or 20 maybe at a fast pace.
I mean, how would we even get there?
Yeah.
I don't have fly. I don't think any of us have fly, right?
No.
Not yet.
Other than Lizzie turning into an owl.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Actually,
You can't do that until 8th
No,
level.
I'm like level. What I could do though is maybe turn into like a sea creature, right?
You don't have a swim speed yet either.
Oh, I don't. You're right.
Yeah, you're pretty limited in the things that you can turn into at this low level.
I know what you could do. You could ride on a pterodactyl as a flea.
But where do we find a pterodactyl?
Yeah.
And I mean,
Well, it's getting to be nighttime,
Oh,
and
let's go to Mambala.
it's getting to be nighttime, and as you're looking at this heart and thinking about it, you see like hundreds of bats erupt from the top of it and fly out around the.
You should be a batmite.
I like bats.
Hop on a bat as a batmite.
I need to find the bat and get it to come to me first.
They don't seem like they're going that many miles from it, but you think as a druid you could probably find a bat at night down near the heart.
I can do that. But I mean, I also can speak to them.
No, that's a good point too.
I can call them out and have them come get me, but we need to be safe. We shouldn't be in the water.
Yeah. So two things we could do is investigate the heart of Ubtao, or we could go to Mbala. So and they're two different directions. So
there,
Hey, Mambala, because we're closer to Mambala.
I think that we should get a solid night's sleep and then make a decision in the morning.
It's about time to camp, yeah.
okay, let's camp.
All right.
Okay. What does watch order look like?
I could take first.
I'll take second.
I'll take last. And I'd like to mention to the group that I think that we should just kind of keep observations on the heart through the night. Just curious. Like when you're up, you don't have to like stare at it, but just,
Yep.
take a mental note of it.
Sure.
Yep. So first watch, can I get a perception check?
Sure. No, always happen when I'm watching things.
You startled me. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean it's a different set of sounds up here. It's a different vibe. Also, it smells really bad, like a swamp, like really bad. And there's so many mosquitoes. As you're hanging out, doing your watch, you hear this buzzing sound, and you look, and it's like a thick cloud of mosquitoes, and they're kind of flying off downriver. And then a little ways afterwards, struggling to catch up, is a mosquito the size of a house cat.
Holy cow!
Just this enormous, like it's like it vibrates your eardrums as it flies by with those very fast flapping wings. And it's just this gigantic mosquito.
What happens if I shoot it down?
You're 100% able to shoot the giant mosquito if you want.
Would the rest of the mosquitoes turn and attack us?
Who are you asking?
I don't know. Myself. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm curious.
You can. Oh, never mind. I can't.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to attack it, because then they'll attack us.
And it just keeps flying off towards Camp Vengeance.
Well,
Towards Camp Vengeance. Oh boy.
there's some right for being rude to us.
I don't know if the insect repellent's gonna save them from that one.
Tell that fat guy.
Can I table talk real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do want to shoot the mosquito, you can come get me and wake me up, and if they try to come after you, I can produce flame and burst them all.
Light them all on fire.
Yeah.
We could do that. It's just that Camp Vengeance. Well, Camp Vengeance is still good people, even if they're rude.
Wait, no, I meant the mosquitoes.
Right, but I'm saying, like, I don't mind if they go to Camp Vengeance.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to poke at them and, like, maybe have Mortee when he wakes up to detect magic and see if maybe somebody's put, like, some spells on this thing.
Why? It could be natural.
Giant house cat mosquito.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe it's just a really old, really alpha mosquito.
He's lagging behind.
He's the wise one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you. This was just table talk.
If I am gonna shoot him down, I'm gonna wake you up before I do, because I don't want to shoot him and then everybody attack me and then I don't make it to your tent and then I die.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's up to you. Just throwing it out there in case, you know, we want to.
Like, I don't know if it's worth messing up everyone's sleep.
We can be awake up to an hour and not interrupt our sleep.
Oh,
So
okay.
Don't worry about long rests if you want.
Alright. I get my bow and arrow out. I go over to Nayana's tent and I say, hey, I'm gonna shoot at this fat mosquito. Wake up real quick. And then I shoot at the mosquito.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
I should be rolling too, right?
Oh my god. If it
Well, not you yet.
pops, is it
First-
just gonna be like a burst of blood? It's gonna be like a
Ew.
blood balloon
Wait,
the
I
size
don't
of a
see
cat.
attack. Where's attack?
Your weapon should be like in a list at the. On your
Oh, I
character.
see. Whoops. Not what I meant to click.
Okay, that hits. How much damage?
Pop it!
He explodes.
Pop it
You
like
put
a
an arrow
pebble.
through it. You put an arrow through its like bulbous butt, and it just stops where it's going, and it turns and it charges at you. And the arrow is sticking out of its butt.
Here!
and behind it just comes this swarm of mosquitoes.
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh
Okay.
god, it's sentient.
So we don't even probably have to go to initiative for this because I know the turn order. There's only 2 of you guys awake. The wasp goes now.
Oh no.
Wow.
The wasp stings at Nayana. Sorry, not at Nayana, at Tyranny. It attacks for 16
Oh my god.
To hit.
16 to hit. Is that higher than your armor class?
Mine's 16.
Yeah, so it hits you.
Okay.
It does 5 piercing damage, and it is a Constitution
You
save.
said it was a mosquito, not a wasp.
It is a mosquito. Sorry, my stat block is called wasp. It's a mosquito.
Yeah, I'm sure that I would have done ordinary mosquitoes, but does
Yeah, does the house cat
Oh, yeah.
mosquito
At
trigger?
this point, your alarm's going off. If that's what you're asking,
Yeah.
it's probably not gonna matter because it
No one has a repellent on?
Yeah, but she pissed it off.
shot it with an arrow.
Do some saving camp.
Yeah. And so I need a Constitution saving throw as it puts its gross, dripping mouth parts in you.
Oh my god.
Wait, where's my?
Under saving throws, the top leftish of your character sheet. Constitution.
Does the mosquito smack his lips as he?
Yeah. Just,
He's like,
one of those mosquito tongues, just like going crazy. Okay. I acknowledge that roll, Tyranny. Nayana, it's your turn.
Blow him up!
Yeah, Nayana's not just going to produce flame. She's actually going to use her spear.
Yeah.
Because
This is why I figured it didn't matter to roll initiative. You cast Flaming Sphere in a giant 5-foot diameter sphere that you can control erupts out of your hand, and just all of these insects just wither and fall from the heat.
even the big house cat one.
Even that one.
Well, great. Cat Vengeance should be happy.
Okay.
Oh, wait, and we want Dan to do magic, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll throw out a.
Wait, he's still asleep.
No, he said the alarm woke me
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
Really quick, Nayana's gonna heal, Tyranny.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Yep.
whoa.
I'll fast cast detect magic on it.
Yeah, it's a giant bug. It doesn't appear magical.
What?
And these swarms aren't coming from anywhere magical.
No, there's just lots of them, and they kind of follow the sort of natural breeze that kind of takes the
Okay.
swamp air down there.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Folly's like, wow, never seen. This is like a kid's dream, to set a giant mosquito on fire.
Yeah, I actually see.
You want to eat him, Folly?
No, but every kid wants to set all the insects on fire. This is like a
Not every
dream
kid.
come true.
Yeah, I didn't really light things on fire either,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I beat up the kids that put salt on slugs, so
Oh, salt on slugs too. That's another big one.
yeah.
It's true.
I don't know that in my house. Okay, anyway, is my watch over?
Yep.
I'm going to bed. Sorry about that, everybody. I was just too curious.
Mm-hmm.
Nayana tempted you a little bit too.
Folly's like, yeah, I'm going back to sleep.
So you're healed, right? So I, at this point, don't have any spells.
But at the end of the long rest, you did.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Okay. Okay, I take watch then if you're going to sleep.
Okay. Nothing else in particular happens this night.
Great.
Oh, sorry. No, there was though. I do want perception checks from everybody.
Oh,
Everybody?
Just as you go in watch order.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Oh, do you need another one from me?
Nayana.
No, you saw a wasp.
Nayana next.
Sorry, it is a mosquito. I say wasp because that's what the stat block is called, but it's a
Uh.
mosquito now.
Well, you're saying. perception.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find it. I was on the other page.
Nice.
You see, as you're watching the heart of Utao, you see what you think might have been like a flicker of light up there.
What color?
Like, not like a flash, like a magic spell, but more like the flicker of, like, torches or something.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay, Nayana definitely wants to shapeshift and get her way over there.
Bat might.
And
Yeah.
that's sort of what I was looking for with the perception roll.
Oh.
Nothing else happens.
Okay. So you tell us what the light in the morning.
Yeah, Nayana waits. Actually, who's next? I can whisper
Mine.
it over. Folly, you're next, right?
Folly, yeah, folly.
Folly, sorry. So Nayana whispers, I saw a light over there. I think I want to check it out in the morning. I think there might be someone over there.
And then Folly's like, bat mites.
Nayana nods. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I'm assuming in the morning you told us that plan.
Yeah.
Morty's gonna caution against it because you're gonna go 30 miles away by yourself. If something happens, you're gonna die.
Or
You could all go.
As mites?
No,
As
she's not
mates.
gonna be able to find a bat here. Nests in the heart of Utao. It's 30 miles away. They don't travel that far. She has to get closer.
Why don't we do Mimbala first and then the heart of Utao?
I think so.
We don't want to just pass Mimbala when it's right there. Right?
Yeah,
Sorry, we got distracted.
I'm down for either one.
Uh,
I just feel like we're closer to Mimbala, and then we do take care of that, and then we take care of Heart of... Oh. They're exactly...
Yeah, it's about equal.
But one we have a
Weird.
direct
It's almost
path
like decisions.
but one we have a direct path to, and the other we don't.
Yeah, I mean, you have a direct, like, you would hike it. You would be, well, hiking through, like, swamp, yeah.
Yeah, we'd
Wait,
have to finagle some kind of way to get to the
I thought
heart.
You said the heart of Utah was floating.
Oh,
It is. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys have a plan, though, with the Batmite or whatever.
That gets one person on the heart.
No,
I
that's
guess
not because Nayana can actually cast what do you call it? Hold on.
Wait, does shapeshift her, like, supplies too? Her backpack?
Reasonable supplies, yeah.
Wait, I can cast that
Like-
spell that
Like
grows-
200 feet of rope?
Yes, you could. She could absolutely shapeshift with rope.
Oh!
Eugene, what's wrong with you?
Oh!
Yeah. How high up is it?
100 feet.
So she could actually shapeshift with rope on her person, and then like get up there and then drop rope to us.
One thing that I'm thinking to get you guys up there. Oh wait, I also have spider climb. On the entangle, I'm kind of wondering if I can use it.
Yeah, it would be pretty far, but I mean it's super cool, and it could help. It could help you kind of that plus some rope and like figuring stuff out. You know, out there like shaping the natural plant life. Like you could try to figure
I
something out.
know we're curious, but I feel like we shouldn't pass Mimbala. I think we should do Mimbala.
100% agree. I
Yeah.
have a super bad feeling about the heart of Utah. I don't think that we should head there.
Yeah, let's do Mimbala and then go to Heart of Utah if we still feel...
Haven't you seen Batman?
It's supposed to be the heart of a god.
Haven't you
sounds
seen
great.
Moana?
That sounds
And what
great.
happens when they take the heart
I
of...
want to be close to the heart of gods.
No, you'll die. The lava will come and kill you and kill the whole Nayana again.
But it used to be people, right? There were priests that used to go up there.
And they're all dead.
At least in D&D, well, I mean, okay, in D&D, I think I can speak for this. Priests are not always just kind and good-hearted. They, like,
I mean,
Yeah,
isn't that
That's
like-
true.
Drink blood.
I wasn't gonna comment on that.
Oh, sorry.
But I mean, it depends on the god that.
Is it morning, by the way, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in the morning we're discussing.
Tyranny feels really bad.
Why? I was healed.
Tyranny has blurred vision. She's disoriented. She's dizzy, and she's cold to the touch and shivering.
But I was healed.
Oh, you're sick.
You're healed by health points, not curse or anything else.
Well, it wasn't magic. The bugs.
Does it seem like the what we saw in Camp Vengeance?
Yeah, it looks pretty similar. Yeah.
So it's gonna go away in 2 to 3 days.
And I have my bug repellent.
But if you're already sick,
But I took my bug repellent before it stabbed me.
Yeah, I don't know if you know how bug repellent works.
It's not a vaccine.
It keeps little bugs from biting you, but big bugs that you shoot with arrows.
So
they
should
still
I
bite
take
you.
it in should I take 3 doses of the bug repellent?
That's not how bug repellent works.
So I'm already sick, so I gotta wait it out.
Or someone has to heal you.
She healed me already.
There's different kinds of healing. She healed your wounds. She closed up the hole in your body where you were bit, but the virus is still in your blood.
So
And
healing word needs to be done or something.
healing word is not what you need. You would need something like cure disease or lesser restoration or
Does anyone have any of those? Let's see.
or you're sick for picking a fight with a giant mosquito.
I don't mind being sick for a couple days, but if someone
Worth
has
it.
that, lay down. Yeah, it was definitely worth it.
Okay, so here's what Nayana's thinking. Nayana can cast Lesser Restoration.
But she doesn't like you enough.
she doesn't have it
Tyranny,
prepped.
you're great in my book. So I don't have it prepped. So while we are going on the boat to Mambala, Nayana can sleep.
There's no boat. If you look at the map, going to Umbala would be a hike across like
Shoot.
ground.
Or we can just give up a day.
I mean, I think that it would be more valuable to heal.
You can give up a half day and then try to do a fast pace to get your hex in.
I think healing Tyranny now versus waiting 2 to 3 days for it to pass would be more of value to the group than to go over there with a sick person in the group.
And is it contagious?
I mean, it's contagious if you get bit by a mosquito.
What do you guys?
Especially a big one.
We should probably just, well, I don't know, half day, rest a half day, move fast half day and try to move 1 hex, and then in the morning you can cure it.
Or you can just try to hike with one sick member and then prepare it for tomorrow.
Austin's trying to kill me.
Ideally.
Yeah. Don't listen to him.
I think Nayana.
I'm not the one that bit you with a mosquito. You did that.
Nayana does what she wants. So Nayana wants to make sure that we have all of our group feeling good for the next day because we don't know what's going to happen. So Nayana tells the group that she's going to rest to make sure that Tyranny feels better, and Tyranny needs the rest too.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Molly's like, yeah, I don't want her puking on me either.
While we rest here for a day, we're just kicking it pretty much, right?
Oh,
I'd like to look over the notes again and see if there's any more indication of Like how far along in her? Where did she? What was her last iteration of testing? Like,
Sure, give me an Arcana roll. Anybody else have anything that they want to do kind of during a day of not hiking?
I'm gonna inspo that. I think.
Perfect.
Why is this happening? Why is the gear not opening now?
You have to put it direct. Oh,
I am.
click somewhere else. Click over here. Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
No gear.
who has the divining rod?
Oh, Folly does.
Close.
Is that something that you look at, or are you explicitly not looking at it?
Looking at it? No, I'm not looking at it.
So you don't pull it
I'll
out.
probably
and
be
look around
playing
and
like
go,
musical instrument,
Sure.
practicing. It'll sit at her side though, if something.
Yeah, I guess all I would say about that is that it's still pointed.
Always is prepped for you. You're druid of the forest.
It's still
Sorry.
what?
No problem. I was just handling someone else. Yeah, the divining rod is still pointed straight east, which you've covered quite a bit of ground. So
It's
you
strange
can
that
imply
it
what you'd like
stayed
out
still
of
straight
that, yeah.
east. So, our December's going south with us, basically. It seems like.
Yeah, that's one way to read that for sure. 23 on the Arcana roll is very good. You don't think that she was so much studying how to cast frost spells? Like, you don't think that her goal was to learn to cast frost spells, but more like the kinds of residues left by frost spells and like how to track someone who's been casting a lot of frost spells seems to be her goal.
So
Like
she
how
knew
to-
her dad. She
Yeah.
knew her dad was doing that then.
That's what I was curious about. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you. She knew, like she said, she knew that her dad was doing the frost. Or, wait. Oh, I guess we did check her because she did seem genuine, right? That she was looking for her dad.
We
Because
did, yeah.
Yeah.
my other thought is that what if she's also hunting for the ring?
I mean,
She's
could
not
be,
really
but
she's not really related to Artist Simber, because if she would, she'd have a crazy divining rod to him. She's not really related to him. She's looking for the ring.
She'd have crazy.
Oh, I see.
What?
The way that you just kind of explained to us the divining rod works is that you have.
So yeah, they're not common items. Like, but powerful wizards can make a divining rod that points to an individual, and they're more and more accurate the closer to their sort of blood that you could use. Like if you actually had a drop of someone's blood, you could make a perfect one. If you had the drop of blood of like a family member, then it would work as long as that was the nearest member of that family, kind of thing, you know?
And she said that she had money to spare.
She did seem to have money.
She
But
could
we
have had
did a
one.
perception check.
And she was drunkenly saying she needed her dad. You think she'd lie when she was that drunk?
That's a good point. No, I guess not. It was just a hunch.
But I guess in this world, we can't really trust anybody.
And she hadn't seen her dad in like a million years, right?
But somehow knew his frost, felt his frost. I guess that makes sense for a sorcerer. They feel the weave, right? Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it makes sense. I don't.
Well, it's good to keep that in the back of our minds. Because it was really suspicious how she left.
Super.
Yeah, almost like she was in a trance, but it wasn't a trance.
She could have said, "Hey, I think it's my dad. Let's go check." Because we were there to help her. That's why she's been on this trip this whole time.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
completely ditched us.
Yeah.
And the points you bring up is why Mortee was fine consuming her material. Or well, I didn't actually, but going I was going to consume her stuff.
So, did you guys want to try to do a half-day hike and try to see if you can make it anywhere, or are you taking the whole day off?
I think Nayana put her foot down and said we were taking a whole day.
Sure.
I just need the spell.
Is there anything else? Well, I mean, 8 hours, right? So you guys, that was the early morning that you see Tyranny sick. 8 hours later, you're able to prepare new spells.
Oh, okay. Then how many hours of daylight do we get in this world?
I mean, 16, like 14, like, you know, like it's, you guys get up at 6 in the morning and you can hike till 6 or 8 at night.
Okay.
So I guess you could prep it, do it, and then half day.
Yeah, it's already prepped. I mean, it's already prepping.
Okay. So yeah, you want to cast Lesser Restoration?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so you have a really bad 8 hours, Tyranny, but as soon as she casts Lesser Restoration, it's like the best antibiotics you've ever had.
Yay!
It's like immediately, and the toxin leaves your system, and you feel a lot better.
Let's go, guys. I feel like $1 million. Thanks, Nayana.
Of course.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's go.
So you have a half-day hike, which means you're moving at a slow pace. So give me a 1d4. See if you guys move at all.
1d4. Oh no!
Doesn't matter which of those two. You move. Obviously, you do hike, but you don't move on the map.
Ugh.
Guys. Hello?
Yeah, and then it's time for another camp. There's another watch order. I'll take perception checks as we run around the watch order.
Mortee will go last.
I can go first.
I can get second.
Just throw some perception checks out. We'll see who sees what.
Okay.
Oh!
Nice, guys.
My sister.
So, both of you. Hold on a sec.
Did it go?
Yeah, it went.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Yeah. Be fine, thanks. Okay, so you guys are sort of camped here, and you're up on this dry mound, but like you're in a swamp, right? And both of you guys with the 21s during your watch see or think you see at sort of the edges of your vision, like antenna coming up out of the swamp water. Like big antenna, like connected to something like man-sized or larger.
Like a bug antenna, or like
Kind of like a bug antenna, or like an eye stalk.
what's that?
Wait, who saw this?
What's an eye stalk? It's like when bugs have eyes on the ends of like
Oh, like
Snails.
a snail's eyes.
Yeah.
a snail's eyes or something.
Eye stalk. Okay, I heard ice dog.
Like an ice dog, yeah. Like an ice dog.
Hi.
So who saw this?
You and me.
Yeah, those 21s.
Oh, just both of us on our
Yeah, on your watches.
in
Whatever.
the water.
Yeah, like quite a ways from camp, and then
Oh.
they disappear as you kind of like pay attention to them.
Would I have ever seen anything like that before?
No, I can say with confidence, no.
So it's kind of good that we got out of the water, guys.
What do you
Hey.
mean? What if he's an undiscovered friend?
That doesn't usually happen.
Not in this world. Not in this jungle.
Yeah.
So when we move on in the morning, we should definitely avoid that area. Like it's
It's
What-
south of you.
If we had gone to the heart, then we would have encountered them. We're
If-
going.
They were there during the day, yeah.
We're going west.
okay.
Well, I don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I just tell my group There's something out there in the water.
Nessie?
When you sort of wake up and you're packing up camp and stuff. Follow, you notice that the divining rod is pointed like a little more south than it was before. It's still east mostly, but it's like southeast east, right? East southeast.
Are December's moving south still?
What direction? Sorry. Southeast? Southeast?
Southeast. I'm curious what if Mushi had, like, tell Mushi about the eyes, and then we haven't really used him a whole lot.
Oh yeah.
He probably would have told me not to shoot it.
He might have. He says, "Are you sure you saw what you think you saw?"
Yeah. With
Two
two
of them
different ones, yes. Yes, I'm sure.
Says, I've never met one, but there are stories about the Aldani people of the Aldani Basin. A cursed people. Cursed by Ubtao in his rage. They fished and fished the Aldani Basin and the River Sashan Star until there were hardly any fish for the people of Chult. Greedy fishermen. Ubtao told them to fish and take only what they needed, but they defied him. And so he cursed them. He turned them into monsters. And some say they still live here in the Aldani Basin. I've never seen one.
Are they friendly?
I never met one.
I mean, if they were greedy and they were cursed, it doesn't sound like they would be friendly.
The stories don't sound very kind.
Actually, and Mushi, Nayana turns to Mushi and says, I need to tell you, I saw a light at the heart of Ubtao. What do you think that is? Do you think anyone's up there? Because I know that it was there. It was a light.
It would be news to me if someone had, someone was up there. Like I said, sometimes old priests, like in the old days, would make that journey, but I mean, Ubtao hasn't been worshipped in, hundreds of years, so I don't know who would be up there. If you're sure, I mean, I believe you. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. That's all I've got, Mushi.
Yep.
I think we can hit the road if
Yeah.
unless anyone else.
Let's
I thought we were putting up camp.
let's
Picking up camp.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we already
No, we
had
didn't. Yeah.
night.
What kind of pace do you want to set?
Fast.
How we doing on that day off also? Do we do anything? Can we hunt
So
for
yeah, so on a day off, you guys are super good on water and food. I would say every day that you guys have had this session has been like a break-even day, except that your day off was a +1 on both because you guys just hung out and foraged,
Okay.
and puked
Wait,
and
what?
pooped.
Can anybody give me the day? it was?
What do you mean?
What day are we on right now?
We are on our 13th day. I mean, I'm sorry, 37th day of the curse, 13th day
Of
of
high
the
sun.
high sun.
Yeah, I'm tracking high sun.
Okay.
How many days in the high sun?
30.
Okay.
It's 3 every month in the Forgotten Realms is 3 10 days long, and a 10 day is like their week. It was
Wow.
very easy.
That's such a nice, consistent system. Unlike the Gregorian calendar.
So we'll kind of push on travel for today, and then we'll probably wrap up this session. What kind of pace do you want to set?
I say fast.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go fast this time. We lost.
So let me see a D4.
Come on, D4.
From all of us.
Nope, just from one person, whichever one comes out first. Eugene.
What do you try to hit? You try to hit a 4? What do
3
you-
or 4.
3 or 4.
Oh, okay, good.
It's 50-50 chance.
So
Right, Maverick.
this is a sort of like, you're not in the swamp here, right? You're up on the sort of higher ground, and about halfway through, like kind of halfway through your hike for the day, you hear like a yipping sound, like a yip 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 yip. That, and you turn and look, and you see a tiny little dog, like a little terrier.
Ooh.
And he's swimming through a big puddle, and then he's running on sloping little grassy mounds, and then he's running, hiding behind a tree, and then he's running up to you, and he's got a banana in his mouth.
Got a what in his mouth?
Banana.
Oh. Does he want some mayonnaise?
Yeah. As he runs up, Morty's gonna insta-cast Detect Magic.
Yeah,
It-
he's a dog.
It's dead bells.
That's what I was thinking.
dog.
Okay. I mean, is this an intelligent dog? Like, should I waste speak with animals?
I think dogs are intelligent. Like,
Dogs are
the dog-
intelligent, but we talked to a bird, and birds are intelligent. It was pretty dumb.
Well, some birds are intelligent.
yeah.
That's true.
You're not gonna get too many like philosophical discussions with animals. Dogs are smart in a very specific way.
Yeah.
They are. Okay, Nayana's gonna cast Speak with Animal.
And the dog is jumping back and forth, and he's happily kind of running around at your feet, and he goes, I know where the bananas are. I know where the bananas are.
Oh, where are they? Can you please?
This way, this way, this way. And he bounds off in a direction.
Nayana yells out, "Wait, is it safe for us?"
He turns and he says, you look big.
Which direction is he going?
He's going roughly in the direction of Umbala. He's not like out of the way. It's just like, he's like a big hike, right? So
Should we get the bananas, guys?
Let's get bananas, guys.
I mean, we can always use more food.
The dog's still alive,
Bananas
so...
go really well with dino
Okay.
jerky.
I'm gonna have to throw up the red flag. This is a little animal in the land of boners and chompers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it doing?
How is a dog surviving in a land of dinosaurs?
Well, he must be with a family in Mambala.
I know where the bananas are.
Can you ask him if he has an owner?
Do you have an owner?
No.
You
Where
don't
do you live?
Where are you from?
I don't remember. I know where the bananas are.
I don't remember. Dog always.
Where the bananas are, but not where you live
Something's-
or who your owner is.
Something's wrong.
Been here for a long time. But there's lots of bananas.
Okay,
Our dog's allergic to bananas.
I got bananas, bugs, and dry wood sticks.
Oh.
okay, just stay with me and maybe don't focus on the bananas.
But I like bananas.
This is not an intelligent creature, you guys.
No. What's his name?
I feel like this is about dog level intelligence.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
is.
Maverick is much smarter than that.
Okay, I
Maverick would sniff at your banana and
have
No, I
intense
think it's pretty spot
conversations
on.
with Marshmallow. No, I have pretty good conversations with Marshy, and he understands.
Yeah, you've known Marshmallow a lot longer than you've known this dog.
That's true. You know what? What's your name? Is it Banana?
It barks.
Are you? Can I call you Banana?
I like bananas.
Oh my god!
Let's go. Let's go to where the bananas are. Let's go to where the bananas are.
Molly, you always come up with the bad ideas, so
You start saying that, and the dog starts singing it back, but like you just hear it. I was like, we're
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Yeah, this is terrible. Okay, can you help us? Do you want to come with us? Why do you want to keep taking us to the bananas? Did someone send you over here?
Do you like bananas? I like bananas. You
Oh my
seem
God.
nice.
We have a choice right now to follow the dog or to
take
not.
the dog with us?
Yeah,
The goblin carried
that's
the
the
dog.
valid piece. It's not what I was gonna
Somebody
say.
has rope, right?
Yeah.
You gonna make like a leash?
Yeah. Hey, Banana, do you want to come with us on an adventure?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I don't know.
What do you know?
Maverick.
What bananas are?
My goodness.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
this dog is going after bananas. He's stupid.
Nayana turns to the group and says, I don't know if this guy
And
is...
sticks. Lots of sticks.
Can I roll a perception check here?
Perception is like what you see or hear. You might be thinking about insight.
Yeah, maybe insight then. Sorry.
Insight is like if someone's lying to you or something like
Oh, yeah. Can I roll insight here?
that. Mm-hmm.
Nayana doesn't trust this dog.
1, 2, 3.
The dog. You think the dog knows where the bananas are? Is really excited about it.
Wait, isn't anybody in the group skeptical though? Maybe everybody.
I'm very skeptical.
Morty, roll an insight then.
No, I can't speak with the dog though.
Okay, Nayana turns to the group and says this dog wants us to follow him because he knows where the bananas are.
Folly's
You
like,
can't tell me
oh, that's
anything
awesome.
else."
I love bananas.
I mean, we can. It's on the way. We could go that way. Just let's be very
It would
careful.
go so great with the dinosaur jerky and mayonnaise.
Nayana has an idea. Hey, Banana, we are going to send a snake with you to follow
I don't like snakes.
But they're like sticks.
I don't have that kind of.
Mm,
Oh, you don't.
actually, snakes are okay. Some snakes.
You don't have that kind of range.
I know a good snake.
I can't look through
You know a good snake? Who do you
Yeah,
know?
I know a good snake.
a jaculi probably.
Is the snake's name Summerwise?
I don't know.
He's probably talking about a jaculi.
Well,
Jukulis. Can you tell me what they look like? The snake that is your friend?
It's in a bag.
he's in a bag.
What is this?
I don't know about this guy.
I think there was a lot more to that than.
Yeah.
I know where the bananas are.
All right. Well, we gotta go.
I think we should follow him now. I just
Yeah, a
changed.
snake is in a bag? What?
But let's tread super carefully. But I think we should go.
What if
And-
Rihanna shifts into a dog, though, and follows?
I think that we should all go. Splitting up
Yeah,
is
splitting
asking
up
for
in the
death.
jungle is not a good idea. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
You go hiking with the dog, and the dog sort of leads the way, and it's roughly in the direction of Umbala, but about an hour after you start hiking with this dog, you come across a bristling full banana tree. It is just, there are so many bananas on it.
Are they ripe?
How long?
Yeah, they're like, do you think that there's 2 full days of food for your entire group on
Oh.
this giant banana tree?
How long did it take to get there?
An hour.
About an hour.
Oh, okay.
And the dog is having an easier time moving through this swamp than you are. Like, it's like able to pop and jump on these little rocks and things sticking up, and you guys are like slogging through the swamp. So
Yeah.
the dog probably could have gotten here faster than that.
Folly immediately starts to stuff her face with
With-
bananas.
Yeah, you're just eating a lot of bananas, right?
Oh, folly. I was gonna have Yaka try one first.
Yaka's all about it. He's chowing down on bananas.
Okay.
Always chowing down on bananas.
Morty's gonna hold off on eating bananas, but he'll stock his bag full of them.
Likewise.
Be all right.
Wait, can't Morty detect magic?
Yeah, I'll ritual cast detect magic.
Yeah, they're bananas.
These are great bananas. Magical bananas, even.
Yeah, Folly's like, I detect the magic of these bananas.
There's magic
like
inside
her
each and every
dipping.
banana.
Dipping the bananas in mayonnaise.
So
Yeah,
can I
you
go ahead
guys
and
are
add?
good to
Can I go ahead and add 8
Yeah.
rations on?
If you're gonna eat the bananas, that's what you can do.
Okay.
I don't know. This is weird, you guys.
Yeah, but I mean,
The dog seems so proud of himself. He's
Thanks.
so happy he brought you to the bananas.
but
Thanks, banana.
as we're like taking a bunch of bananas off the tree, what is he saying?
He's just hopping around. He looks like really proud of himself, and he can't speak with animals last 1 hour, I believe. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Folly starts to just like pet him and scratch him around the ears.
yeah, he's super into it. Banana the dog is like just like rolling around in the dirt, and he's like a little dog, right? Like let's be clear, like he's he's closer to Marshmallow size than Maverick size.
oh, Marshmallow.
Like this guy?
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably like that, maybe like a tiny bit bigger than Marshmallow, but like he's like a little dog. Yeah.
So a little bit bigger than a banana.
I mean the bananas are big. Yeah, I mean you know.
Here's a banana.
All right.
Have you? Well, I guess we can't talk to him. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I
stuck
mean,
on
you can cast another
bananas.
spell if you want. It's fine.
How many?
Yeah, we'll just continue on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious about this dog and this banana tree. I feel like that snake in a bag.
Yeah, where's the snake in a bag?
You should probably cast
I'm
it.
gonna
in.
cast another spell.
Okay. He's jumping around and he says, "There's the bananas. Here's the bananas."
Great job.
Can you take us to the snake with the bag? The snake in the bag?
I don't know. Maybe someday.
Why not today?
It's far.
How far?
I don't know. I just follow the bananas.
What other friends do you have? You have a snake in a bag. What else do you have?
I might have an answer. Hold on. Just give me a sec. You guys are
Pushing the little doggy. Pretty
yeah,
hard.
you guys are up in my dog right here.
Squeeze the dog for info.
Tell us what you know if you want to eat another banana.
We pretty much took all the bananas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do have an answer to you.
You should be motivating the dog with stick throwing. They love that.
If he runs too far, what if he doesn't come back?
Well, that's just the way of the jungle.
And he thinks, and then he yells, "A chicken!"
You have a chicken friend?
Chicken!
That sounds more like Maverick. That's Maverick's favorite.
Can you take us to the chicken?
He's with the snake.
What? Okay, listen to me, Banana. I'll give you some meat. Do you like meat? Do you like dinosaur meat?
Yeah.
Okay, can you take us to the snake and the chicken, please?
Maybe someday.
What if I give you more food? Like today?
It's far.
You can do it. You're energetic, and you had bananas, and you'll have dinosaur meat.
is
What
it
am-
towards Mbambala?
Are you asking? You can't talk to him, but like if you're asking about the direction, he runs in circles, like kind of like looks reluctant or shy or scared or like doesn't really want to do it, but like you're asking really nice and you've got meat, and he starts to bound off, kind of like with a little bit less energy towards the south.
Towards the south.
Thanks, Banana. Okay. All right, guys, we can follow him and find out about the snake in a bag.
What if he takes us not to Mimbala and he takes us snake in a bag and a chicken?
I think that there's something divine about this little creature. I can't explain why. Well, I guess I
think
can
so,
explain why.
too.
He's in a forest filled with honkers and he's not dead.
Dead. Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily evil.
Thor, cut it out.
Uh,
I don't sense evil from him.
you want to ask Banana if he wants to? Now that we have a bunch of bananas that we can share with him, so he can make us now. Like,
Thor.
Okay. Hey, Banana. Do you want to come with us to our adventure? Maybe later we can go see the snake. Right?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Why don't you want us to go to the snake? You seem kind of scared. Why are you scared? Is the snake gonna hurt us?
Like the little dog like growls, just kind of growls.
So he would hurt us if we went over there. But I thought he was your friend.
Yeah, friend.
But you're growling. Did he hurt you?
No. Just bananas first, friends first, snake later.
Are we your friends?
Not yet.
What would it take to be your friend?
Let's adventure.
All right, Banana. I'm gonna give you a piece of the dinosaur meat. Would you protect us if anything happened?
You're really big.
Do you guys, Nayana turns to the group and kind of shrugs, and kind of like motions, like if anybody else has any questions.
I think we should just continue on.
Okay, this is where we're gonna end our session. You guys are gonna make camp here, but we'll talk about this night next session.
Did we move today?
Yes, I moved you 2 X's. Yeah. So you were here on your first day in the Aldani Basin area, and then you took a fast move to here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
And you met a dog that you named Banana.
And then he's gonna take us back to the river where we're gonna get eaten by the snail people.
Well, he didn't seem to want to take us anywhere. He wants to go with us.
Yeah, which I'm kind of like reluctant about, but kind of not.
We can have a pet dog. We'll just make the goblin carry him. We're just gathering pets.
I'm much more fond of an animal who'd rather join us than somebody who'd rather send us on yet another quest.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good end.
Cool. All right.
I didn't mean to leave there, but yeah, I mean that's it.
I didn't even notice you left.
That's your.
All right, cool. So we're still deciding if we're following the dog or not by next.
Yeah, that's up to you guys. I can take care of it either way. So you guys can.
What was your question, Kelly?
What I had to check on Thor, so I didn't hear the last thing. Were we gonna follow him to go check the bag and the snake and the bird, or we're deciding still?
No, he won't take us to the bag. And the
He
snake
was
and
gonna take us.
He eventually decided that he would take you after convincing,
No,
but
he was.
he would much rather go with you guys on your quest.
Yeah, he was going
he
to,
was
and
growling.
then Nayana suggested that he come with us on
Because
our
I thought-
adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought he was just pointing the direction.
No, I thought you guys didn't want to do it, so that's why I told him to just come with us.
I don't think that we should do it.
What does the rest of the group feel?
I feel like we should get to Mimbala, and then if we want to go do other things after we get there to see what's happening there, then we can.
Yeah, and the dog seemed cool with it, so let's just do that.
Real quick, do you guys trust this dog?
I mean, I feel like he's oblivious, so even if he was surrounded by evil things, he wouldn't know.
Okay.
Like a snake in a bag doesn't sound too good.
No.
It's better than
Especially
a
'cause he
snake
growled.
running around on its feet.
I asked if they would hurt us or if they were mean or something, and he growled.
Oh.
Yeah, but then there's also a chicken.
Yeah, but the chicken could be a different animal that he doesn't know, like a dragon or something.
And
True.
there's absolutely no magic coming off of banana, right?
No.
No.
And there's no magic coming off of the dog. Because you.
That the dog's name is banana.
Yeah, I kind of.
Guys, we
Not
could
a tree.
we could be eating fresh chicken.
We could
Well-
be eating fresh dog.
Also true. Also true.
Good work this week, guys. On that note.
Can't let Thor hear.
Okay, guys.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if you guys come to any consensus on where you want to go next, it's valuable, but it's fine. I can go any direction. It sounds like you guys are gonna go to Umbala.
Yeah, probably.
I'm down for that. I'd like to do
Okay,
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Are we still same level?
Yes.
No level ups?
But I still have bardic
What?
inspiration that I haven't used.
It expires after every long rest, so
It does?
yeah. So I don't think you have it, but it's fine.
Nobody
I
told me that.
recharged my
You
bardic.
might have like normal inspiration.
Oh yeah, your normal.
I think the rest of the group does, except me.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It was inspiration. It wasn't bardic inspiration.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah, I know the name's kind of the same thing, but
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
inspiration's way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
It's true, I think.
Yeah.
And no,
It's
I
true.
mean, it's way
right. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Good
Yep,
shit.
that was fun, guys.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.